I'm confused.
The chat of our Discord is shown in the bottom right of the screen. So where we'll post the mix,
so we'll just put our mix here.
Yeah, but also just
Okie
be aware that the chat is shown.
Yeah. Okay. And also I can hear myself echoing in somebody else's audio. Does someone not have headphones in or something? Okay.
I have headphones in.
We'll see what happens.
Well, it's probably fine. I could just hear it doubling back, and I was like, "Is that going to be?" But it's cool. Great, cool. Now
it might be mine, but if it is, I don't want to mess with my audio anymore.
Fair.
I've gotten it to a good spot. I'm done.
Yeah,
it's working out.
Don't want to do anymore.
Okay. So, hello everyone. This is a non-binary TTRPG month stream. My name is Riley. I use he/they, and I'm going to be playing in this game because it's a GM-less game.
I guess you're facilitating.
Facilitating. It's Firebrands, the game of Firebrands. Mobile Suit Zero Firebrands. You can find me on Twitter at RevRyeBread, Rev like Reverend, Ryebread like Rye Bread. Joining me today are, say everyone's name one by one, giving them a chance to say their pronouns. Joining me today is M.
Oh, I'm first. Hello, my name is M. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on the internet at risky_standard on Twitter or at risky standard on Tumblr without the underscore. I found out recently that the risky standard on Twitter is also occupied by an M. So follow them too.
Yeah, follow them.
They're probably great.
Whichever one you happen to find.
Follow all M's.
I'm
Support
also
all M's.
Joined by Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy. You can find me on basically everything at Coca-Cola Garlic, sometimes with underscores, sometimes without. Figure it out. That's all. I use he and they pronouns.
Hell yep. One up. I'm joined by Frizz. I'm not followed by Frizz. Actually, I think you started following me.
I do follow you. I followed you for a while, but that's besides the point. Hi, I'm Frizz.
We're so good at introducing ourselves.
This is great, guys.
Hi, I'm professionals.
You can find me on Twitter at Frizzoid, FRIZZOID. And I use they, them, or Feifen if you're feeling fancy, but if you don't remember that, it's fine.
All right, dope. Before we get started, a few guidelines. We're all people playing a game, so it's important that we respect each other's boundaries and them as people. It's okay to take a break during the game or use the X card if something comes up that we're uncomfortable with. You can use the X card by putting your arms up in an X in the straight edge society pose, putting X in the private chat, or saying X card. Play will stop. No one will ask you to justify why you used the X card, but we might ask clarifying questions to make sure that what came up doesn't happen again. For example, if you X card balloons, someone might ask, are hot air balloons okay? We'll either go back so that thing never happened or fast forward over it, whichever one is more comfortable for the person who used the S card. And then there's the strip for ending the stream, which we don't need. We don't need that because we ain't ended the stream.
No, we don't need that yet. Good job, Riley.
Yeah, I'm doing...
We are rehearsed, practiced game streamers.
Incredibly well done.
Professional gamers.
We're clearly professionals because I'm still messing with my camera.
Yeah,
there it goes.
So our first order of business, y'all, is there are 3 factions in Firebrands. There are the Revolutionaries, the Van Tresh, and the Landowners, and we gotta pick. Fam, which one is we doing? Who has to do what? Anyone have any big feelings reaching out?
Well, I'm really feeling the Van Tresh right now.
I got you.
It's happening.
As always, I would love to be a revolutionary.
Nice.
I'm gonna put
Riley, what are you feeling?
under your name. I'll be a landowner.
Okay. Oh, I have to pick.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would double up and I would pick landowner.
Not.
What I know is that I don't want to play the Bantreyash because I did that once and I loved that character and I can never betray them. I'm kind of interested in being a revolutionary just to have a rivalry with Anne.
Do it. Hell yeah. Everyone wants rivalries. So I'm going to drop an R.
What is this? This is flirt with your enemies, make out with everyone. That's the thing, right?
That's the whole point. Yeah.
That's what it's for.
This is the anime.
Flirt with your enemies, flirt with your friends, make out with mechs.
Make out. If there's no mech kissing.
I feel like that's what the game is for.
I'm gonna be
if there's
so
no
upset.
mech kissing in this game, I'm
going to describe my mech to you. big mouth.
Wait.
Hmm.
This is
This is for kissing.
this is the Vor Gundam.
Oh no!
All right. Okay. Well, on that note, we each get to start out with some solitaire. So let's go based on how we're laid out in the kind of a TTRPG little map here.
Oh,
Wait, please let me name my character.
yeah. Do we have to do the? We have to write our details first, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and
right,
choose yeah.
Okay. Well, I
Because
need a piece of
I just
paper or something.
absolutely
I
forget
also
to do that.
need like a note card.
Yeah,
I have
here.
a
I'm
million
Okay, here's a
of those.
pencil.
gonna open up the notepad over here.
Here's the back of a medical bill. Nope, it's got more bills on the back.
I also might have sensitive information on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that on stream.
Here's the thing about this piece of paper. They gave me a QR code to pay my medical bills.
No, I hate that.
I love
Hey,
the future.
2018
We
is
live in
sin.
hell.
2018 is terrible.
Thanks, America. Okay, what about this old notebook?
There we go.
Do you want to see some scary math?
That's
Oh,
some
is
really
this-
scary math.
Is this the black
It's upside
tapes?
down. This is the black tapes
I
and
can
also my
tell.
life. Oh no, I
Okay.
used every page of this notebook in that class. I forgot.
Okay,
It's terrible.
so M, revolutionary. Andy,
Mhm.
revolutionary. Frizz is BAM. And then
Then
me,
try, yeah.
landowner. Cool. So yeah, then let's you said details first. We gotta name our characters. So
My
yeah,
character has the most ridiculous name.
that's good. That's the beyond your bullshit. That's how I play games. We're gonna start with Frizz.
Hi, I'm still naming my character, but I will tell you. Well, I'll make it up on the fly because everything's fine. So I'm a Bantraesh. I am the Bantraesh are the aristocratic family of Bantral. You are a hereditary warrior prince or princess of a noble family, a mobile frame ace pilot, and the off-world landowners have robbed me of my wealth and estates. I've been raised to believe that the wealth of Bantral belongs to the Bantraesh. Yeah. Revolutionaries are my enemies. Landowners are also my enemies. Everything's good. My my attractive qualities are that I am radiant, beautiful, and enthusiastic.
Aw.
My character's first name is Precision, but he makes everybody call him Precious. He uses he, him pronouns. And I don't have a surname yet, but I will make one up.
Gotcha. So Presh or Precious?
Precious. Precious fine. Only for friends.
No, that means I'm gonna use
Oh, we're
it.
not friends.
Yeah,
We're probably
there's
not friends. Yeah, we're not
chance in
friends.
hell
We're
we're friends. All right, and next up, hey M.
Yeah. My character's name is Indigo Violet.
Oh, that's good.
That's
I-
pretty good.
That's all I know about that. No. My 3 attractive qualities are dashing, resolute, and down to earth. Was I supposed to read about what the revolutionaries are?
If you want to.
I'll read it. The undeclared war between the landowners and the Bantraesh is an opportunity for the people of Bantral to rise up. You are a revolutionary captain, a mobile frame ace pilot fighting for freedom from hereditary tyranny and off-world rule. It's your opinion that the wealth of Bantral should belong to its people. Everyone's our enemies. That's about it. And then it asks me to choose what I do, the profession or occupation of your daily life. I think maybe I own like a bar. I think I probably own a bar.
Oh, nice.
It might be a nightclub. Then I would have to change down to earth to be
Both.
not down to earth. It's a nightclub, and I'm not down to earth.
I'm here for it.
I am idealistic.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
What are Indigo's pronouns?
They, them, I think.
They, them. Got you. All right. Hey, Andy.
Okay, this is the fastest I've ever come up with a name, so you guys should be proud of me. I use the name generator, so don't be too proud of me.
Don't out yourself. We are gonna be proud.
Wait, are we gay or something?
Are we?
Yeah. No. I thought we were all straight here.
This is straight non-binary month.
It's only for the straight.
This is heterosexual non-binary month.
God, I hate this so much.
I hate that so much. Awful. Bad end. Awful.
You
Uh,
were saying.
My character's name is Dead Falcon.
Yes.
I'm not sure on
Fuck.
pronouns yet.
Yo.
And their attractive qualities are devoted, funny, and inspiring. And I
Ooh.
think they're like a public speaker
That's
or maybe
cool.
a comedian. Nobody's really sure.
A comedian.
Oh my
What
god.
is the difference?
No, I love it. Like late night TV, but also like subtle revolutionary messages.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so
Like,
cute.
yes.
Jimmy
You're on
Fallon,
TV
but
at
he's like, what if we
on
told
my
him
bar
now?
club.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck yes. Absolute fuck yes. Okay. I am, my character's name is Beneath the City, Two Hearts Beat. She goes by
Okay,
Beat.
thanks, Austin.
I got
Yeah,
it.
thanks, Austin Walker.
It's a
You
Bruce
wanna copy that into
Springsteen
the
lyric.
Is this an excerpt?
Her pronouns are
Are you
she,
playing an
her. I'm playing a landowner. The landowners are, according to solar union law, the right holders to the wealth of Bantral. You are a mobile frame ace pilot employed to defend and secure their rights. The landowners, their soldiers, and their officers are all your friends. Officially, the Bantrayash are your rivals, but when fights break out, they're your enemies. The revolutionaries are your enemies. Choose 3 attractive qualities. They are: Beat is sophisticated, striking, and confident.
Ooh.
Choose a name that's easy to remember. Beneath the City, Two Hearts Beat. That's pretty easy.
Ooh.
It's a
Yeah,
lyric
it
for one of the
is.
greatest Bruce Springsteen songs of all time, Jungle Land. Of course, everyone knows that.
So I'm not going to remember anyone's characters' names or pronouns. It would be awesome if we could.
I
put
wrote
them-
it down.
I'm
Yep.
taking some notes so I can copy paste them
I
myself if you like.
also,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I'm
that'd be
posting
great.
it in the chat right now, which means it is in
Thank
our
you.
wonderful mech screen, our mech cam.
Netcam.
Hey.
Metcam.
Mech cam, which is
Well, that's
over
good because then
there.
everyone will
Also-
remember.
I think that Indigo looks like a cowboy.
Oh, hell
That's
yeah.
Hell
very
yeah.
good.
Hell yeah!
I just
I
need
don't
to
know
click
what
my
looks like a
link. Give me one
cowboy means.
second.
But I think it's true.
So we start off with solitudes, right? Or solitaires, not solitude. We all start off in solitude, and we'll end in
Cool.
solitude. That's a
Great.
Good.
Let's roll in
Good,
that
good,
same
good.
kind of path here, and we'll start with Frizz.
Oh, it's me first.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing solitaire?
Are we? That's how I always start.
Yeah, that's how I tend to start. Okay, let me read the solitaire. I think it's you've been meeting in secret with the noble heads of other local Bantrayesh, and they proved bickering, short-sighted, stupid, and jealous. So
That
what
doesn't
happened
sound like
here,
me.
I think, I think Presh kind of was Presh was kind of dragged to a secret meeting with like a sibling or a soldier, I think. Um, and like, they're interested. He's interested, he's curious, but he's also kind of judgmental of these people who seem so concerned, who seem so desperate. I think because he's learned through his whole life that the planet is their birthright and everything's going to be fine. And they're arguing, and it's very silly. And I think he's a leader by sort of by heritage, by birthright, but he's also kind of naive, and he's clever, but he doesn't have a lot of perspective, so he's feeling judgmental right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're bickering about whether or not to shuffle the status quo of the families, and about actually whether or not they'll be able to reestablish their hold. But I think Precious thinks that there isn't really a question.
Okay. I like that.
Are we all doing solitaire? Yeah.
I figure, right? Yeah. Are we
Yeah, I
done?
think so.
Yeah. That's how the game works.
Sure is.
Is that scene for you?
Yeah, that's seen for me.
Chill. Then in that case, I'm going to pass to Andy.
Okay. So I was thinking, see, I'm reading this and it says you've been quietly building support among the people of the region, but also like quietly is a word.
Quietly could mean volume. It could mean literally quietly.
Well,
It could
I
be
don't
in
think either of
italics.
those is necessarily true. But I
It
do
could
think
be
I've been trying to
sarcastic
get
quietly.
yeah, I've been quietly. Yeah, you know, I definitely don't think Falcon, which I'm gonna go with Falcon instead of calling them dead. But
I feel like calling them dead would be quite a power move.
it is a power move for sure. You can't kill me, I'm already dead. But I've been building support among the people of the region. And I think some of my colleagues are getting restless to strike. Both, literally and in the way that like fight back. And I think I've been like trying to organize them more because I'm also I have to agree with them that we need to get fighting, we need to get going, we need to do stuff, but we can't rush into this hastily, or ignore our organization of anything. So I think I'm standing up on a stage seems like a lot, right? That seems like a lot.
It could be a
But
lot.
It's Firebrands. Being a lot is like the purview.
That's true.
Let's do this. It's like in like a empty warehouse. And Falcon is, pacing around in front of some people, and trying to like organize them, and they're clearly like bubbling over with, excitement or, being ready to go. And I don't know if I'm doing super well at quelling their want to fight. I think I'm doing my best, but I don't think my best is quite good enough at this point because I've been trying to do this for a long time. And at this point, everyone is pretty restless. So I come out of this not really knowing, going ahead, if I'm actually, I wouldn't say in charge because I don't think I was ever actually in charge, but I don't think I have as good of a grasp on what these people want as I thought I did.
Hell yeah. Em, do you want to go next or do you want me to go next?
Why don't you go next?
All right. So, beneath the city, two hearts beat. We see her, and she's got like, in Full Metal Alchemist, they have those kind of long blue tunics, and it's like got like a big white belt, and like she looks baller as all hell. And like as the camera like focuses on the setting around her, you see just like this big kind of billowing smoke cloud and the dark outline of a mech that you can't make out. And like there's the sound of gunfire and fires, and she's been tracking revolutionaries and taking them into custody. And she's walking kind of through this field where like a mech has kind of opened up, and sparks and electricity are coming out of the cockpit, and she like reaches in like with a koof like intensely to it like on the ground, and like kind of like pulls the cockpit off. It's not clear if it's cuz out of strength or if it's out of like kind of if it's out of something unnatural. But she then pulls the person out, and that person like takes a shot but misses. She grabs the gun, puts it to the ground, and as it hits the ground, she can see the symbol of the Bantreyesh on it. So she sees them bearing arms stolen from the Bantreyesh or provided by them. It's unclear, but the thing that gets out about this is the kind of like the striking strength of Beat. And that's it. scene. M.
That's good.
It's
That's
very
good.
good.
I gotta play a
Visuals.
bad guy. I gotta play the bad cop.
We're all bad guys.
We're all
I feel like
evil.
We're
no,
all
so
you
I
just,
were the
like, neutral.
protagonist.
So I was torn between a couple of scenarios here, but based on what you just said, I'm going to go with also you've been quietly building people in the region, and you're pleased with the armaments you've collected. I think what this shot is like a busy night at the bar, which is not a nightclub; it's a saloon.
Mhm.
That's great.
A space saloon.
Can you talk with a southern accent?
Maybe
Do it. Be a cowboy.
in character, maybe.
We all gotta do character voices if we're making one of us do it.
I'll do a southern. I just played a
Oh.
dogs game. That southern accent is just waiting to come back out.
All right.
I can only do a southern accent.
I
This
can't
is
the
good.
only
That's
accent
the
I
only
can
one
do.
I can almost do. But anyway, I think we see like a busy night, and Indigo's pouring drinks and making conversation, and kicking people out for getting too rowdy. And at the end of the night, they're like wiping down the bar, and so like the bell over the door rings, and walks in, and Indigo looks up, about to be like, "Oh, it's closed. We're closed." Sees who it is, and just nods and leads them to like a lot of restaurants have like back hallways where you expect the bathrooms to be and where the kitchen would be.
Mhm.
And they open a door, and instead of opening into the kitchen, it opens into a warehouse filled with crates, filled with mechs, filled with guns.
I like
And
that.
that's about what we get.
Hell yeah. Yo, we've set up some good teams here. Who wants to
Yeah.
start? Who wants to go? Who wants to open this up?
Well, should we stick with the order, or is anybody else interested in starting?
I guess, yeah. So if the order that we're going with is based off that solitaire, then it's Frizz, Andy, me, M.
Cool.
So
Cool.
Okie dokie. Well then.
I looked up because you're above me on the camera I have. So
So I mean, your boy's gonna go for a dance because
Already?
she's gay. So.
Wow.
Okay. My chosen partner. Well, I think since we're both shaping up to be villains, I think the dance has to be with Beat, right?
hey, if you want, listen, she'll show up. She never turns down an invite.
I think
Also,
this is what
I know that Indigo wouldn't be in Violet. Maybe Falcon would. They're fancy.
Yeah. No, this is a very fancy dance. This is a tenuous alliance dance. It's
Mhm.
like, every politic that's happening is like whispered or quiet or, behind a fan or in a corner or behind a curtain.
Behind
And
a
people are
fan,
doing
so it's
some like
going
very
this.
subtle courtly dances, It's not like Pride and Prejudice courtly dances, but it's like lots of very like careful and subtle movements and like very choreographed stuff and interchanging and coming towards partners and then moving away.
Mhm.
You said that beat beat sorry, I'm thrown off because I can hear myself back, but we'll try and get rid of that. Uh you said that beat would if not invited that she would sneak into this.
Oh, Beat or Indigo?
Beat.
Beat would always show up. Like that's the thing. Like she would be invited.
Yeah.
If not,
Wait,
she
Beat
would.
will or won't always show up?
Indigo might sneak in.
She would always show up. Always, literally
okay.
always.
Yeah. I think that Beat has shown up, has not been invited. Other players can join freely if it makes sense for their characters to also be present at the dance.
Mhm.
I think the way that we came to be dancing together is my character is Precious is mostly just like socializing
Mhm.
and sort of hanging around. He's got some new threads, he's got some new clothes, they're very nice. He likes to dance. I think, he's been in meetings all day and they're boring as hell. So he's looking very cute tonight and he wants to meet people. He wants to like have some fun. How do you think, I mean, I don't want to speak for Riley. How do you think our characters came to be dancing together?
I think that maybe you were maybe Precious was talking to somebody else, and like the
Mm.
music kind of swelled up, and then like in one of those kind of like, oh shit, you're standing here. Like Beat is like there and is like, uh, your actual name is Precision? Not actual
Yeah,
name.
precision.
That's the name you don't want to go by. Uh,
Uh-huh.
yeah. She comes up and is like, Precision, a dance, and like holds out a hand, not so much into asking like, please take my hand, but in a, if you do not take this, we're gonna have a problem.
Precious kind of smiles, um, and like a closed mouth smile, like, and like very gently like rests his hand in hers, like really, really lightly. It's like hardly resting on it. It's like, um, his fingertips are like kind of on her palm, but it's like a very kind of arch and like light touch.
Hmm.
Um, and I think he sort of dismisses the person he was having a conversation with like a very little wave. And they go off into the dance. Do you want to tell me what Beat is wearing? Because I care about that, and I also want to talk about what Precious is wearing.
Oh, I'm very glad. Beat may be incredibly like business oriented and military minded when she's out, but she's
Hmm.
wearing a like a long floor length green dress. It hinges
Oh.
around the waist in like a bigger belt form, and it like
Hmm.
is sleeveless, comes down like on both sides. It's one of those dresses, if that makes sense, that like come like this in this area, and then like yeah, sleeveless, so it's like clear like she could move in this, and it's showing off
Hmm.
that she is like just fucking jacked. Like it's
Yes.
very good.
Hmm.
And she has her hair up in that's like goes into like this kind of like military kind of tiara, very similar to like Evelyn Holdo,
Mm.
if that makes sense, because
I
Holdo's,
mean, I don't know who that is, but
oh,
mm.
that is
She was.
she's in the
She
new
had a
Star
good
Wars order.
purple dress.
Evelyn
Yeah, or
Holdo.
like a purple
I'm
something. She was cool.
I'm hold on, I gotta pull up Holdo. Um,
We've
yeah,
already established this is straight man.
but
This is straight non-binary
don't
ones, yes, of course.
go home. Go home, Alexander.
Uh, I
Yeah,
love her
Oh,
turtleneck.
yep,
oh, yeah, that's a good
Ah,
pun.
very good.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay, okay.
God, she's played by Laura
um,
Dern now. Yep, all right.
mm,
Yes.
But yeah, so that's what she's wearing.
okay. Hmm.
She also has a
Precious
holster
is
with a gun straight up in it, just straight the fuck
good.
up in it.
Good, 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 good. Beat has like a ceremonial sword, but it's like it's pretty obviously too decorative to like be a threat. But like
Mm-hmm.
all of the Batrash here have ceremonial swords. Some of
Yeah.
them look more functional than others. Precious's doesn't look particularly functional. He's got um he's got a jacket that's almost like a. I'm gonna send you some links. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, please do. That's why we have the Met Cam.
He's got a jacket that's like one of these jackets, but the sleeves are like it's like sleeveless.
Nice.
Um
Nice.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my
and
Shit.
god.
the
That's the most.
material is like it's less soft and it's more like uh it's not soft, it's like more okay, I don't know how to describe textures, but it's iridescent, but
Oh,
the embroidery is matte gold.
God.
That's
He has
fantastic.
like a white shirt, one that's not as fussy as that, but that's like kind of it's got these like very intricate, like kind of dusky pink buttons on it, like buttoning up the top, and
Hmm.
like it's just like a little bit open. Um,
Of course.
he's got some like tight trousers and some like little Cuban heels, like pink, I think, and decorated, really decorated at the sides with like,
Hmm.
buttons and gold. And like, he's got some like marks of his family. He has like a little epaulette here and it's got like a family crest and like the amount, the order in which you were born, like, first son, second son, etc. Um and he has little round earrings in his ears. Yes, that's what he looks like.
I love it. I
I
love it a
love it.
lot.
Anyway, we dance.
Yeah. And anyway, now that we've described, now that we've painted you the word picture,
Now that we've painted you a beautiful word picture.
you may, at this moment in the dance, place your hand upon my elbow, my shoulder, my waist, or my hip. What do you choose?
Your elbow in a kind of in the way that when you link arms, you can very, very gently rest your hand on someone's elbow, and it's kind of a delicate action, or like a following action rather than a leading action. I think Precious gives you a charming little smile, but he doesn't say anything yet.
I like that. Now you pick.
Yeah. Well, did she say anything? Do you want to do some free play, or
I'm
do I
trying to
pick?
think. I'm trying to think. I don't think she says anything. I think she walks like in the way where it's like I'm not in the lead, but she like is clearly like exuding the energy of like I am in the lead and you are following me.
Yeah.
I am deciding that we will be dancing.
Yeah.
And
I think he's like pushing that leadness. He's kind of intentionally following in the way that like it's subtle, but you can by declining to act first or by following somebody else's gestures, you can kind of put yourself in a following position.
Yeah, I get what that means. Then yeah, I don't think she says much yet. She's like letting the dance itself start. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then I think Precious says, "You're rather a good dancer."
Yes, I work my hardest at it.
I must say I don't know your name.
I must say it should remain that way.
Oh, is
She,
that so? Are you
yeah,
afraid I'd recognize it?
she smiles. She goes, I know you'd recognize it, Precision.
Precious, please.
Yes, quite. You are, aren't you? And she like smiles.
Oh, oh, I think so. Okay. The dancer's figures bring you to dance with someone else. Whom? When the dance brings you back to me again, are you pleased or disappointed?
um, for whom? Hey, Andy,
What?
is Falcon there?
I could be there.
I think it's
You're
like
a public figure.
Yeah, as a
Oh,
medium
yeah, for
personality,
sure.
it makes sense.
I was probably. I think Falcon would only be there if they were invited, though.
Yeah, you were given like a token invitation that they didn't
Yeah.
expect you to take
It
up.
was like, here's an invitation, and they were like, okay, I'll go.
They showed up and like.
And then when you showed up, they were like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
are on the
Not because
list."
they're
Like,
naive, because this is a power move.
Yep. But they're playing it like naivete.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
That's so good. Yeah. Hey, we're dancing. Like the dance motion like pushes us off to the side, and like I like kind of stumble in with you, like, oh damn it. And I'm like, I'm glaring daggers across the room where Precious is. And I'm like, but I'm like dancing with you.
Precious will give you like a little wave if they have a moment away from the person that they're currently dancing with.
Does
Oh my god.
Does Falcon say anything?
I don't know. I feel like Falcon is such that they want to exude politeness, even if it's not actually true. Even if they don't actually want to be polite or are. So they're
Good.
like, this is not. They're not friends.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think they want to be the first to say anything. So honestly, them choosing not to say something is already saying something.
So it's like dancing in silence, her not even looking at Falcon, just across the room, and then like they separate off again, and make their way back to to press, and full on yeah, they are pleased to be back here.
Because that was so awkward.
And I think after that, Falcon slips away and is like watching from the outskirts, like calculating, like
Hell yeah. That's some valuable information.
yeah, this is interesting.
Good.
But yeah, let's
So are
see.
you pleased to see me?
Yeah, I'm
Or
pleased to see you.
disappointed?
I'm pleased to see you in the way that like a lion is really pleased whenever like meat is put in their cage.
Oh,
Like
exciting.
Damn.
The boy
they're like,
references today.
finally some good fucking food.
Ramsey.
My as I kind of dance back with like that not so much a smile, but as like the yes, this is what I have been planning. It's
Mm.
you know, her hair, she lets her hair fall in front of her face, and like
Oh,
you can see in the way that like her hair is done up, like it is so
that doesn't
tight.
happen.
That
Yeah.
doesn't happen. But she comes back and it has fallen a little bit. Do you
Oh,
touch her
wow.
face? My hair has fallen in front of my
Um,
face. Do you touch my face?
Um, firstly, I'll say that when she comes back to Precious, he kind of acts a little bit like, "Oh, I didn't miss you particularly," but it's so obvious that it's like a very obvious front. It's like a very carefully mannerismed pretending not to say that he did, that he's like glad to have her back.
I didn't miss you or
Because their
anything.
culture is
Jeez.
like that. I think no. I think he kind of puts his hand like this, very close to where the hair has fallen,
Mhm.
and then he smiles a little bit, and he says, "People don't tend to dance with me unless they want something."
She looks away and says, "Yes, your personality does leave some to be desired." And
Oh,
like does like a spin, she twirls him and pulls him back in, and when you come
Mm.
back in, like the hair is back in place. But like she didn't let you see her fix it.
Yeah,
And
I
she
think Precious is like, ah, a shame. I thought my conversation could be rather scintillating sometimes, but perhaps I can make up for it by being a good dancer.
Yeah, you must know many liars then. And she pushes him out and pulls him back in. And
Oh, everyone's a liar. Everyone's a liar in the noble houses. I thought you knew that.
she squints and like harumphs to just very quietly to herself. Um, I'm trying to think what I want her to do here, what I want from her, and I think I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me think of this thing to. Oh, um, you have the opportunity to draw me close and hold me for a moment. Do you take it?
I do. She does another like kind of like pull out and then like a pull in and like
Mm-hmm.
but pulls you in very close and then like leans in and
Mm-hmm.
just whispers, "I saw the guns," and then like pushes you. No, it doesn't push you away. She holds you there for a second so you can respond. In this,
My gun?
I saw the revolutionary guns that had Bantrayash logos on them.
Oh, he's like, um, oh, would you like some?
She fucking just like another twirl out, but this one is like a little harsh, so you get like an extra spin cycle in it.
Wow!
incredible.
This is your last question. Oh wait, did you ask?
Yes.
No, you asked that question,
Yeah,
right?
I asked that question. This is your question.
My last question, yes. And in that case, At when the dance ends, will you stand with me or rush away?
Um, I think rush away. I think he sort of when the dance ends, his hand lingers in hers for like a second, and then he pulls it back. He kind of touches his face like this, and then he turns, and he kind of steps away quickly. Not he doesn't look like he's going to talk to anybody else or to like dance with somebody else. He looks like he's kind of no, he doesn't walk away quickly. He kind of like floats away. He looks like he's bored of being in this room, is the
God.
impression he's giving out.
Yeah. She watches him go and then like touches her hand where he touched it, and then
Oh,
touches her gun with that hand.
good.
And I think that's the end of that scene, right?
That's a good scene.
I love dancing. I love setting that tone immediately.
I
love
dancing.
dances. Love totally platonic, uneventful dances.
Totally platonic, uneventful, not fucking emotionally charged. Andy,
And
what you got?
definitely heterosexual.
Definitely.
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 God, I want to die.
I have a conversation over, I think.
Okay.
Can you have so for the record, I haven't played this before.
Right.
Can you have a scene with more than one person, or is it just one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can load these up.
Yeah, it will say in the description of the scene type usually how many you can have in the scene,
Okay.
but you can also
Okay.
just go with whatever.
I think you pick a person for the most part, and then it'll say other players can join freely.
Mhm.
So you have like a target, basically.
Okay.
But like it will show up.
All right. Then I think I need someone to talk to about like gaining the support, like regaining support, and trying to keep people like chill, like and at first I'm not really sure who to talk to. I have a question really quick, because I'm not really sure if Indigo or Precious is the better person to go to for
Yeah.
I think Indigo is very boots on the ground, like knows the people and tries to get them what they want. Has very little, if not nothing, to do with like upper echelon society.
Okay. So probably not the best person, but not somebody who is like
if you want to calm down the revolution, like the angry people, I'm one of the angry people.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
She's the Saw Gerrera. That's a very niche joke.
I don't know. So I do think that there's an angle there if I did want, because then that's you have a better line to the people that I want to talk to. And so that could be an interesting conversation. On the other hand, talking to Precious could also be a really interesting conversation.
If you want, you could have that conversation. I feel like because I was in the last scene and wasn't, I think that might be better. And then I could always bust in.
Yeah,
show up.
Yeah,
just show up. Just show the fuck up.
Yeah, all three of us are acquainted, I assume. So
God,
it's like,
so
yeah, we probably all met.
Yeah.
Haven't worked out how. We'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Indigo and I know each other because we're on the same side of, well, what isn't a war.
Same side.
There is no war in Boston.
Yeah.
You've seen me around on like an alien horse.
Duck.
Duck. An alien horse that can kinda talk.
Gonna get some horsefully up in this game.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Horse.
What's your scene type?
Conversation over food, and I think.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. My mom's taking my dog to the vet, and I'm really worried about it, but it's fine. So set up. So I actually think I am then talking to Indigo, and Precious, you are free to jump in whenever. Also, I'm not gonna say your whole fucking name. It's ridiculous, but
Beneath the city, 2 hearts beat.
okay, yeah, you are also
Pretty much
free to
stars of
join
light
if
and
you
pitch,
wish.
born of fiercest purpose, and no?
Coal engines rumble through a night so tender. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
She's also invited. She's
It's not that she was like invited, but like she's probably, you know.
Probably gonna just show up. Here's my question: is this dinner at your place or at mine?
I think it's dinner at a neutral location.
Okay.
Because I like us being in public.
Yeah, I don't think Beat will show up for a moment, but she will. She might be there later. But I think she is in the room.
Yeah, you guys might just be like in the room. Like if we're in public, if we're at a restaurant, you guys might just be eating there. But
it's a small planet. It's a small planet.
Apparently. And I think you've definitely heard that, or maybe you haven't heard that Falcon is losing some of their like control, quote unquote. I mean, it is like more or less, and but you do know Falcon probably. You've at least seen them on TV. And they're probably
if we did agree at one point, then you got kind of fancy, started like talking to higher ups, and I went in the total opposite direction.
Yeah, I like that.
Like old friends.
Yeah. I also like the idea that maybe like Falcon is a little bit like the public figure of the revolution, where they're not as revolutionary as they could be, or they're not like for sacrificing for a public face and for having that power. You know, they've had to give up a little bit of their actual beliefs, and that's probably, you know.
And Indigo hates it. Hates that.
Yeah.
Ooh, hates it.
Yeah, it's not a good look. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have to do for setup.
Okay. Are we like? Is this like a fancy restaurant?
I think it's fancier than you like, and I think it's not quite as fancy as I like.
Fair. We're both uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're all uncomfortable here.
Everyone's not happy.
Yeah.
That's good.
This is like Olive Garden, right?
Oh
like,
my god.
Too fancy for you, not fancy enough for me.
Have you looked at the wine
too fancy for me. Where do I eat?
Arby's. Only Arby's.
Does Indigo ever leave their bar? Nobody knows.
Probably not.
Okay, so we have the person with the lowest social standing takes the first turn.
I think it's the person who eats at Arby's.
That's you.
Gee, me? On your turn, choose one or more of your conversational partners and action. Ask a topical question, engage in actual improvised conversation, pass saying something instead about the food, or leave the conversation. End the conversation either when everyone has passed in a row or when everyone has left the conversation but one. So if we just start talking about food, game's over. So dumb. Okay, so I start first. I think I want to say something gives you away to me. What? And that's even in the form of just like, Falcon looks super uncomfortable. Right? Like, why am I here? We haven't talked in a year.
Yeah. And I do think that like they seem off. Like, Falcon well enough that they have like this confidence, even if it's false confidence. That they sort of exude, like, not just for their comfort, but for also everyone else's. and they're just like, it's waning for sure. And I think also something that gives you away to them, or gives them away to you, is that they haven't been talking, like they don't talk first, which is definitely what you would expect from Falcon. They are
oh
like,
my god, I think
very quiet.
you probably get there first, and I come in and sit down at the table, and it's just like a stare down. Like neither of us wants to start this conversation, and then finally, Indigo's like, Falcon, what is this?
A dinner invitation. What do you think it is?
I know that much. I got that far. Listen, what do you want from me? Right
to the point. We don't beat around bushes in this.
No, not my style. Not my style.
No, I know it's not. They like lean back in their chair and they have to think of like how to word it. Like they were banking on having like small talk first. And that, so they've got to like think of actually what to say. And then after like a really long pause, they say, I have not a proposition. A request? You know me, you know my position, you know my position. And they're like, this is not just me struggling, this is also them struggling to think of words. Because they're trying so hard to like say exactly what they're trying to say, and it's just not coming out. And they just shake their head and they're like, the people want fighting, the people want revolution, the people want to go. And it's not that I don't want that, but organization is a thing. Praxis is a thing, you know. I can't just let them go. And that's the problem, right? Like, I don't know.
People, Falcon, want change. And you seem mighty comfortable with
they like scowl. Like, as much as they put on a public facade, you both know that, you know, Falcon's still a revolutionary. They're still fighting against these people, and they like are not super happy with that accusation. And they're like, they're like, sorry, I'm having like, they just take a drink, I think, and they like stare daggers at you. And then they just say like, quite the accusation from somebody in the back lines.
Someone has to support the front line. Listen. What you want is organization, yeah? And it's not a bad idea. But if you want organization under you, organization, you're going to have to show the people that you believe in what they believe.
They say, and how do you suggest I do that? I've done my best. I've been trying. There's a lot expected of me. There's a lot put on me, and this is all bullshit. I really hate this character. This is awful.
Good.
And they say,
do you want to pull one of the topical questions or something?
No, I think they're just I've been trying, but there's a lot of pieces to play. There's a lot to this, and to me, and to my position, and just throwing out revolutionary buzzwords isn't going to do me much. Not that I haven't tried, but
I think Indigo takes a drink at that.
yeah.
Because I've seen those streams. They were awkward. They were uncomfortable. You think the pressure's on you to lead a revolution without a revolution? Is that what I'm hearing?
They laugh a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. They laugh a little bit uncomfortably and take a drink. And they like open their mouth to say something, but then a waiter shows up.
Hi, can I offer any more breadsticks to anyone? Is everyone having a great time?
Yep, we're doing just fine.
Need any refills on the
Peachy.
water?
Oh, we're good.
I'll take another whiskey.
Another whiskey? All right, all right. We only have Jack Daniels.
Man, what's the point of living in space?
Jack Daniels, Space Jack Daniels.
What's the point of going to Space Olive Garden?
That's fantastic. I'll be back with more breadsticks and a space whiskey and more water. Fantastic.
You get no answer because they're just trying to like read Indigo's face. And they've like totally lost the air of politeness. They're like, this damn waiter, just leave already.
Please, we don't need any more water.
We don't need more water.
We need revolution.
People of Waterlution.
Oh, God.
But I think once that ends, I'm feeling generous. What favor do you ask me?
I ask. I think Falcon like sincerely asks for help. I think Falcon sincerely asks, what do I say to them? How do I approach them? You know, what's a good angle here? Because they know that honestly, you're the voice of the people right now, at least in their eyes. And that's what they want to ask a big group of people, but doing that is not usually the best idea.
And I think Indigo is like struggling with whether to say this. Like this is about to be a mistake, but this is also an old friend, sort of.
Friend.
An old acquaintance, a person, someone they know. And they say, my advice, come by the bar Tuesday night after closing. There's meetings, there's people. People can hear from you, you can hear from them. And I am setting myself up to be super ambushed on Tuesday night. But that's me personally. And we'll talk. I'll talk to them for you. But you can't look like you can't look like you're on their side, Falco. You can't keep doing that.
I don't think they have anything to say to that. But they nod and say, thank you. That means more than I think I can put into words.
Well, you're the one buying dinner.
the way that comes back with whiskey.
I think there's a chance that Indigo just this conversation is over.
Yeah, Indigo's not one to beat around the bush or keep a conversation going after
Or
it's
eat
over.
shitty Olive Garden pasta.
It's Space Olive Garden. It might be better in space.
How would it be better?
Isn't that everyone's hope?
Maybe
I
in
hope
the
it's better
future.
in space.
Maybe in the future they have better pasta technology.
That's valid.
Oh, dope. Alright, is that y'all's scene?
Yeah, I
think
think so.
Dope. Meeting sword to sword.
Mm.
Ooh, who's fighting?
I'm fighting Indigo.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
hell yeah.
You
Hell yeah.
leave that diner, and like, I don't know, like if your mech is nearby, but you hear like,
It's so not.
yeah, maybe this is a chase.
My mech-
Do you want
My
this to
mech
be
is a stolen mech that's like in a warehouse back behind the bar. Like it's
You-
not mine.
Do you want this to be a chase instead? You on foot, me in a mech?
That might be a good idea because I do not have a mech on me.
Then yeah, you like come out and you hear sirens, and you look back and you see this robot.
Me. Robot.
Woo!
You might recognize that as the Power Rangers SPD Megazord.
Is that
Dope, thank you.
that looks like a Transformers mixed with the Hess trucks that you could buy around Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
I really like how it's made out of lots of cars.
It's a Megazords is good actually.
I respect that.
And are its feet the size of buses? Because I'm very short.
Yeah, no, it's a big individual, and it like the sirens hit and it shouts out like, stop, you are under arrest, and it starts coming at you, and like we flash to Beat in the cockpit by herself, like pushing to like the fucking levers that do that forward.
Yeah, the forward guns.
Yeah, the forward thing.
Yeah, and she's gonna chase you through the city.
Oh shit! All right.
Let's see who goes first here.
The quarry conducts the chase. First, say where you're going. Lead the hunter through a series of 4 challenges and an admission. Choose freely, except for the third one must be an admission. Yeah, and then we run. We run. Okay, where am I going? I think there's. Can I just be super extra? There's like
Yes!
a revolutionary safe house in like a cave. There's like a big like mountain situation, and there's like if you know the way through, you can find a spot, and
Hell
it's stashed with. I've probably supplied it because I think I am the black market, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
The purple market. Thank you very much.
The purple market, yeah.
The indigo market.
The violet market. Let's see.
Yeah, let's go.
So you're in a mech. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think that probably starting with an admission is a bad idea to do it anyway.
It is not a great one.
It's a very bad idea. But I think I still look back at you and you're nearer than I thought. Throw. On heads, you put on a burst of speed and so gain 2 coins.
Okay.
Um,
The front of my phone, the screen.
not throw your phone.
I'm gonna throw my phone. That's heads.
I have a coin.
Okay, if you have a coin, then we'll do that.
My wallet's right here.
Oh, look at 1% over here with physical money.
The coin.
Quarter.
Oh my god.
Coin.
I'm sorry. I know money. It's only a number in my bank account that goes down. It doesn't have physical form.
Honestly, I have a dollar bill and a quarter.
Exactly.
125 to your name.
Big money, big spender over here.
More money, more problems. Am I right? All right. On heads. Okay, I'm trying to not get heads. Big robot. Let's go. Tails.
Damn. All right.
So I guess
Yeah.
I guess there's like a moment where I look back up at you, and you look at me, and like I know that you can't make eye contact through mech, but this is anime, so you can.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my eyes glow. They like.
And I think there's like a moment where you like could take the opportunity to just go, and somehow you don't, and I keep running. I'm the one who just does this, right?
Yeah, you just
That's wild.
you just dip,
Okay.
and then yeah, you give me 4 challenges and missions.
Okay, so there's one.
Yeah. So.
I know this ground well. Follow me if you dare, but throw. On tails, you're plunging heedless danger, and I need not choose any admissions during the chase after all. So I think that's like we're nearing the edge of town. We're like in like kind of like the worst part of town. I know this super well. The streets aren't big enough for a giant mech, right? Like, I want to make sure it's very clear that I'm not cheating, so I'm going to reveal the coin after I flip it into the camera. I know, but I always feel bad, especially because that went my way. Okay. That heads? That's a heads.
Yeah.
On tails, well, okay, so nothing happens. We have not yet made progress.
Yeah, so I get past. So like I think since the streets aren't very big, you like cut into like a busier like kind of sides like main street, and so there are cars coming up and down, and you're running in between the cars, but the robot whose name is the name of the robot is the Omega Guard.
Nice.
And it like comes around and like it sees all those cars there, and it's about to like step on one, and then you hear like a and like thrusters kick on at its shoulders, and it like is now gliding above the ground, and like holds out a hand, and a spotlight appears, and like toof, like hits, like try to keep tracking you. So they're continuing after you. That is the second challenge.
So this one needs to be an admission.
No,
the third one has to be an admission.
You're right, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I slip on treacherous ground and scramble to keep my foot. Heads you so game. I just fall down. Yep. There's a rock. I trip on the rock. You know, this is not glamorous.
Big flippy.
That's a heads.
Hell yeah.
Well, okay. So, I'm gonna mark down 2 coins.
Hey, there's a red light. Like, I think you're running, and like you're running down the street, and like the Omega Guard like holds up its hand, and like, you know how the rumor is that like sirens can change lights because of like little light sensors or something? That might just be a Midwest thing.
Which is I don't think I've heard that, but it feels super fake.
Yeah, that's something that I was told by my parents, and so that's why I always flick my brights on and off when I drive towards a stoplight.
Just to see.
But like it holds up its hand, and like the spotlight like turns red and blue, and and like the green light cuts off and goes to a red. Cars come screeching to a stop, and like I think you like kind of like run into the bumper of one. And
now we're like in the middle of a busy intersection. Giant mech, small me.
Yep.
Cool. Last one.
In. What you got?
There's no way I can win.
Yeah, I have 2 coins and you have none, right?
It's worth. Yep. There's only one way I can win.
Do it. Hail Mary.
I'm gonna try it. So I'll make sure I'm reading this right. Oh, I like this one. There's 2 ways I can win, but I like this one better. I lead a dizzying course through switchback and follow me if you want, but throw. On tails, you're lost and won't be able to find your own way back. Last big flip.
Big flippy.
I can't believe I've caught every one of those.
That's good. Like
it's heads. It's heads.
So does
that take me to jail.
You go to a dizzying course, like you cut into an alley, and like I lose track of you for a second, and you're like dipping back and forth, and you come out to one side, and then a police car shows up, and you go behind you, and an ambulance shows up, and then like a helicopter. You realize that the Omega Guard cut into 5 different robots, and are now like cornering you in, and like they're coming down, and like the spotlight's on you, and like there's a helicopter with a spotlight down, and on top of a roof looking down is Beat with her arms crossed. And
I'm like standing in the middle of this bullshit, hands up, absolutely looks up toward Beat, like, what do you want with me?
She smiles and like snaps her fingers, and one of the Zords just like shoots a big fucking net at you, just to knock you to the ground, like. And I think that's scene for now, and the next scene is yours,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. The next scene is mine. I'm in mech jail.
Yeah.
I gotta look over. I had an idea, but now it's fucked, so I gotta look this over.
Well, what was your idea?
Oh, I was gonna try and go to dinner, but I can't because I'm in jail.
You can
Yeah,
go to
you're in
dinner.
jail.
Like we have food in
Jail
jail.
Jail dinner. It's
Oh my
Olive Garden.
god! Oh my god! Can I do a conversation over food beat like through my jail cell?
Yes, yes,
That's fun.
yes. Of course, absolutely, of course. Let me scroll up to that.
Oh god!
All right, person with the lowest social standing, you.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in like the cell is like one of those way too extra Magneto cells where it's like a platform and like it's like open and empty like like an empty like bottomless pit on all sides, and you have to walk across a bridge with no handrails to get to it.
And I am flat out not that dangerous.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm a person.
This is all posturing. This is literally all posturing. Well, yeah, you're like in there, like the light shines on the door, and it opens up, and Beat comes in with 2 trays. No, not two trays. I'm sorry, a bag of food, like a paper bag, like takeout that's like greasy at the bottom. Mm-hmm.
This is Space McDonald.
Yep.
Why have you brought me Space McDonald's? Did you even get me McNuggets? I bet you got a fucking Whopper.
She opens
Not
it and
even
goes,
good.
"That's
Not
Space
even
Burger
good.
King. Thank you very much." And like puts it through.
I went to Burger King yesterday, not by choice. I was in the middle of a road trip, and it was the most disappointing single meal of life.
Yep.
So that's what this is. It's like it's not chicken nuggets; it's chicken fries.
That's why you don't trust Monarchs.
Chicken. It's nasty. But I think I have to go first, and I think I'm trying to keep you occupied while I try to pick your pockets. Can I? Or do you go for it, rather?
I like...
I'm a rascal.
No, of course not. Like... you fucking like you go for the goddamn like key that is clearly on a big ring on my belt, and like as you like reach for it, like her other hand like kind of moves over and it's holding the gun and it just nudges your wrist.
And they sit back and they're like, worth a shot.
I appreciate the gusto, and she like holsters her gun again. And like puts a hand on her chin. She's like, "I've brought you food. You seemed uncomfortable at the Olive Garden, so I'm hoping this would be more your speed."
Wow.
I brought you Nando's.
God.
Well, that's wildly insulting.
Cheeky.
But they open the bag and eat food.
Yeah, it's a like they didn't like you got like a whole chicken rice like
yeah.
Like she didn't fuck around.
And I'm probably hungry. Mm-hmm. I didn't eat at the Olive Garden. I drank.
Yeah.
Was I drunk during that chase? Oh my god.
That explains why you ran into a car.
Oh, what a mess. What a mess.
Yep. She leans forward and goes, first off, she's, "Who are you meeting with?"
I'm sorry?
Who were you meeting with?
Where? You gotta be more specific. I'm a busy.
And she pulls up like logs and is like, "We have you on record entering into the Olive Garden. You were meeting with somebody. I have it on good information. Who were you meeting with?"
My mom.
Your mom. Well, she'll be disappointed to know that she raised a liar. I'm feeling expansive. What do you want to know about me?
Why are you doing this?
This is my
Any
job.
of it?
Any of
Oh,
it?
not this.
I is because I enjoy it. Just is that too trite? Is that too
Maybe a little too on it. Maybe
little
dial it back.
dial it back, yes. Well, my people have worked very, very hard to get to where they are, and your people have worked for us, and now there's a third group just entering in to make my life so difficult. And so it's just to kind of fix the status quo here, if that makes sense, to make sure things don't change in negative ways. Does that make sense?
Not to me.
Hmm. Uh, I thought not. And she leans back and like opens a flask, goes to like drinks from it, and you can immediately smell. You know when you can smell like good scotch?
Yeah.
Yep, you can immediately. And she
Yeah.
takes a sip and she holds it out to you like, "Do you want some?"
You already drank from it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
She pours it on the ground. Just the rest of it.
No.
You you get a question.
Oh God.
She's a dick.
I hate all of our characters. The only one I don't
All
hate
the
is
worst.
Presh. Presh is an icon.
Precious good.
I hope to find common ground with you about the bunch. I think that's like a third party. You mean the aristocrats?
Yes. Yes, I mean, there's people who aren't even from our world. They don't go here. They don't even go
You don't
here.
even go here.
They don't even.
Don't they? Hang on. Don't they?
Wait,
Don't they?
I
You're
think.
the off-worlders.
Yeah, the Bantreas are native to the planet. They were like the
Oh,
original nobles of the
whoops.
planet before the land invaded.
You have a
Wookiee.
contract saying you own it.
Absolute
Yeah.
Wookiees. I'm sorry. Yes.
That's
you're
okay.
good.
That's really interesting narratively, being like, they don't even go here.
I don't even go here. You know, they don't even deserve to be here. They don't have the paperwork that I do. They think that just because they're born somewhere that they have, unfettered access to it. And that's putting people like you down. Putting wonderful workers such as yourselves down, just, because they have some claim to it. No, that's silly. That's foolish. No. Yes, we have contracts here. We want to help create a wonderful trickle down economy for you people. Maybe we can work together on that. I smile.
She's the worst.
Suck my dick. It should be your response. Honestly.
I think Indigo just starts laughing. Do you believe a word you just said?
If you buy it, I do.
Oh, I do not.
I'm feeling generous. What do you ask of me?
Let me out.
I said I'm feeling
me out,
generous,
let me
not
out.
stupid. Oh,
Listen, I didn't catch your name.
yes, quite observant.
You gonna give me anything to call you? Late for dinner?
Oh no, I brought dinner. You're the one who was late.
I was here. I was waiting.
That's
not
right. You were here. You were here because I captured you.
Yeah. Listen, ma'am. What's it gonna take for me to get out of here?
I have a list of targets that I would like you to do something about. Can I trust you with that? Yes, You know, it's simple jobs, simple strikes.
I'm not an assassin.
Not yet, you aren't. But we want to work together. We would like to clear out a common enemy we have. And, well, what? You know, two heads are
Show
better
us.
than one. And I know there's at least two of you out there.
Don't say that. Show me the list.
And she hands over a list of like clearly like Bantrash names and mainly like here is a depot for like where they store their mechs. Here is like the ballroom that she was at last night that like Precious was at. Like just a direct list of these places. Just like take them out and, you know, with your word, I will happily let you go. I mean, capturing you isn't hard, and so getting you back if you refuse our terms out there will be quite easy.
Fool me once. Just my word? None of your contracts?
I trust you. You see, she reaches out and touches your face.
Ugh.
And is like, you seem trusting. I don't think you have the capacity for treachery.
I think Indigo just smiles at her, just like, well, aren't you lovely?
I've been told I'm downright glamorous.
All right. Fine. Fuck it.
Quite. And she gets up and she takes the bag from you. It's like, and pulls out another flask, a second flask, and throws it to you. And you open it. It's worse scotch, but it's scotch all the same. And she's like,
I'm not.
What's that?
I know that we've just struck a deal, but you're still going to drink out of this first.
She does, and drinks like 3/4 of it. Just bam, right there. Just chugs it, so there's very little left. And like,
and I drink the rest, and I think that's C.
Yep. Very good.
Oh God.
Mistakes
are being made.
Beat is bad.
People.
Made.
Beat is a garbage can that has sentience, and I'm sorry about her.
Everything is the worst, and I love it.
I feel like I'm just gonna get killed.
You're just like the rest of us are like have like a guy. Like you're just a person.
Yeah.
So, I have an idea for the next scene. With Indigo, please.
Yes.
What do you think? I'm between two things. I'm either thinking meeting sword to sword and you're trying to assassinate me, or stealing time together and you're trying to assassinate me, but you haven't started yet.
Yep.
Yet.
Which one?
The second one, please.
Second one.
Both
Okay.
are so good.
Wait, I'm not. I might start out with some of those like hits on the warehouses because I was already stealing all that shit. We're not going straight to murder.
No.
Maybe murdered by my charming good looks.
Well, you know, I only use this game to flirt, so
that's the point of the game.
That's the point of the game.
See, I play the game as shitty business person simulator. I played once for my
every
characters.
game for me is Game Simulator, I have to say. Every game. What else would I do? So, set up. Only you and your chosen partner play. Decide how the two of you come to be standing alone, sword to sword. We'll talk about that.
Wait, are we fighting or are we... We're not... Are we fighting? I don't think we're fighting yet.
Oh, no, we're not meeting sword to sword, but sitting time. Sorry, I went to the wrong one. Stealing time together. Only you and your chosen partner play. Ask them how you two came to be stealing time together. What do you notice about each other? What have you heard? During the liaison, anyone can ask for details about the location and circumstance. So, where do you find Precious? Where does Indigo
here's
find
the thing.
Precious?
I don't think we've met.
No. You've seen me.
Yeah.
On my alien horse.
Just parading about town.
Nay!
Riley's gonna be the horse. The horse is the third partner in this scene. We're doing a little bit of a hack of this game.
No. God.
Is there just like a fancy royal person house? A castle, some would say?
Yeah,
palace?
there are like there's like a circle of manors, and in the center of the circle of manors is like the main family house.
Yeah,
Actually, I think it's like 2 rings. The outer ring is like people who are related to the kind of noble families but are less important. The inner ring is like the immediate siblings of the kind of, they don't have a king. It's like the first ring, the central noble kind of. It's still like run by nobility and like connected families. So I think Precious lives in like the north of the east of the first ring and the inner ring, and I think it would be really suspicious for you to go there, but you can get in there. There's like a public garden that kind of, it circles outside of the outer ring, and then it continues between the outer ring and the inner ring, and you can like go there and walk around, and it's very beautiful and picturesque, and all of the plants are weird and alien colors, and it's really nice. And Precious likes to spend time there if he ever wants to hang out on his own.
Bradley, I'm not dignified that with an answer. No. I think maybe you're just like living your best life, sitting on a bench, and you look up and there's a gay spy cowboy looking motherfucker just like standing there. I did try to Google gay cowboy to find out.
No.
Why didn't
That's
you?
like always.
Why didn't you just type McCree? Why did you? Like, why'd you beat around the bush?
Okay. So So do you think, I mean, we'll start when they're actually spending time together, but do you think that like you were wandering in to do some of the things that that characters' names that Beat kind of assigned you to do, and you were just kind of in this area and you came across and you were like,
I think
oh, this is one of the people, I think.
Yeah.
And we kind of ended up talking like, we're like on I imagine that we're like on a garden swinging bench, like beneath kind of a canopy of like bush and shrubs and like flowers and stuff. And people can't see us from the houses. Like my Precious is pretty good at finding places in that garden that people can't see you from or see who you are from.
I very much look like I do not belong.
Yeah.
You've got your fancy jacket. I've said fancy 3 times to describe it. I think I have a leather jacket.
Good.
Work.
What do I notice about you?
I think I look nervous in a kind of cocky way.
God, you're a terrible assassin.
Yeah, I'm not. Did I mention I'm not an assassin? I think I said that a couple times.
Take it to the rich to just not listen when you speak. Like,
only bad assassins say that. Anyway, that was out of character. But
of course, bad assassins say that. It's the whole thing.
Anyway, yeah. So I noticed that. What have I heard about you?
Probably nothing.
Okay.
You maybe once or twice walked by the bar.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm always there. But
yeah.
Is there
the thing that you notice about me is that I am, when you see me on my alien horse in town, I'm very well dressed, and I'm very well dressed now, and I'm also kind of smiling in a way that is very impenetrable and hard to read, and extremely polished and impassive and noble and kind of dull-like. And I think the thing that you notice about me now is that I look a little more genuine, a little bit softer and a little bit more reserved. And the thing that you've heard about me, well, you've heard about me from the list, and I think, you had the weapons, right?
Yeah.
The Banterish weapons.
Yeah.
I think you've heard my name regarding the weapons, but I did not interact with you regarding that in that process. Yes. Who starts? Oh, we converse as
we
we
just
like.
talk,
So, yeah,
and
we
then
just talk.
there's all these
May I?
things.
Yeah. What do you say? What is your character's? Actually, no, I can start if you want. I can start the conversation.
I think I'm probably just like awkwardly hovering.
Yeah. I think Precious kind of casts himself into the bench and like kind of extends a hand and looks up at you a little expectantly. And is like, you can sit. They can't see you as well if you sit.
I think I'm just immediately thrown off guard. And I'm like, all right, and sit down. No. Oh, duck. Cool alien horse. Is your alien horse nearby? Important question.
No. I think Precious is like, now, what's someone like you doing here?
Going for a walk, seeing what there's to for my shift. It's prettier. I think.
How charming. I think, did you sit down or are you still standing? Okay.
No, I sat down.
Okay. Precious kind of sits back a little bit so that he's like leaning kind of against the arm of the bench of the
like
chair.
sideways.
Yeah. And kind of idly fiddles with like, you know how passion flowers have those they have the flowers and they have the leaves and they have those like curly bits. It's not a passion flower, but he's kind of like twisting his fingers a curly bit
this
of plant.
motherfucker.
And he's like, why here?
Didn't I already answer that question?
I don't see strangers often here. There are other gardens.
You know, I'm not surprised there's not people like me around here a lot.
Then why here?
Because maybe there should be.
Interesting. And this smile that he does is like, it looks really genuine. You don't know whether to trust it, I don't think, but it looks genuine. It looks like the interesting doesn't seem like arch or sarcastic. He's genuinely interested that you would think that because nobody said that to him before. I touch your hand, may I?
You may, with that intonation of you may, which is, I am thrown off by this.
They're like, do you have more interesting things to say?
I have the kind of interesting things to say that you don't want to hear.
How do you know what I want to hear?
I know that this, and they gesture around, it's like, this is your life. I don't fit in so well to that.
True. Do you want to know what interests me?
Sure.
Truth.
Do you know anything true?
I'm not so sure. There are things I think I know. But one of the things I think I know is that everyone in the upper families lies.
I do try not to lie. That's a lie.
I think he does like another big smile when you say that. Like he's genuinely like really charmed and curious by that piece of information about you. Like I don't think he knows people who try not to lie because it's so essential to like being able to live as one of these as part of these noble families and like exist as like someone whose life is submerged in politics. He's kind of surprised.
That's also super sad to hear. Like the I don't
Yeah, that's
know
such a
anyone who
bummer.
doesn't lie.
God. I think that maybe you should be, and this is them like not quite believing that they're about to say the thing they're about to say. Maybe you should be careful. Have you met a woman? God didn't give me her name. Kind of hair, tall.
Oh, did she look strong?
Yes,
Ah,
wildly, incredibly intimidating.
yes, I've had the delight.
Oh, I think we might have had different experiences.
Oh, you did meet at a dance?
We met in a prison cell. Actually, no, before that. We met when she put me in a prison cell.
Mm.
Anyway, I keep an eye out.
How did you leave? Prison cell.
Made some promises.
I see. Do you keep your promises?
Some of them.
I see.
So far, about 3/16 of them.
I see. That seems like a fairly good track record. I think Precious kind of pushes on the swing a little bit with his feet so that it starts to like slowly swing back and just like so it free swings and then he kind of tucks his leg up onto the chair. So he's like kind of half curled up. He
I think
pulls a
Indigo,
flower off
like,
of the tree that is
oh my
behind him.
God. I think Indigo, like, in trying to keep their balance as the swing starts to move, like ends up with arm outstretched over the back of the swing, like
Good.
cheesy, shitty rom-com movie.
Good.
And then, like, to change the subject entirely, you're precious. Didn't mean that the way I said it. You're precision.
Oh, you know that name? How nice.
Been around recently.
Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
I've seen it around recently. Some
I
places
see.
you wouldn't expect a name like that to be.
I see. I would ask where, but I feel it would rather dampen the mood. And I feel that we're having a rather nice conversation.
Wow. It's always business.
Yes. Disappointingly, yes. Precious kind of stares off into the distance. Do you make an advance or do you not?
I might, which I think is just like
Sorry, you cut
There's
out
so
for me,
many
I think.
body parts. It's just a list of all the body parts that there
There's
are.
just a list of many body parts.
Yep, that's you're stealing
You
time.
could just choose any one.
I think it's I touch your wrist, may I?
You may. And I think Precious kind of does a little wavering smile and looks at you kind of searchingly. And he looks like he's about to say something, but he doesn't.
I think Indigo looks down and then like looks back up at you and it's like, well, if that's about that, I have business I need to be taken care of.
You're going?
Some of us have jobs.
What do you do? What's your job?
You can probably tell they're considering lying, but like, point.
Yeah.
I run a bar downtown, kind of out of the way, and I think they give you the address. It's a good spot.
I just need the name. I'll find it.
All right. And I think Indigo gets up and goes, and I think like once you lose sight of them, there's a small explosion from one of the houses rings.
Yo.
4 out of 16.
Yeah.
God, that's...
And I think when the explosion happens, Precious looks up. But they don't look upset or startled. They just kind of look alert. And kind of like they're observing. And then he looks back down. Closes his eyes, kind of draws his head down and reclines back into the swing chair.
I can't believe I'm a cowboy walking off into the sunset blowing shit up.
God, that's so
I
good.
love you, cowboy.
Bless.
Andy, what do you have for us?
Yes.
Oh fuck. I didn't think of anything.
Also, do we want to take a bio break?
I was about to say I want to go refill my water bottle real quick.
Let's do a quick bio break. Andy can think of the next scene.
I was too into what was going on.
It's very good.
It's all very good.
Precious is
I
so
love Precious.
They're so soft. I'm so afraid of them.
Oh my god. Anyway, any scene with Precious is a good scene, and I'm very upset because I got distracted.
I love Precious so much. Indigo sucks. It's fine. I'm gonna go fill up this water bottle.
Right. I'm cutting to the break screen really quick. We'll be right back in like a hot second.
Cool.
Woo. I don't know if people can still hear us. They can still hear me for goddamn sure, but they can't hear y'all. So
I have no idea.
I'll be right back. Let me slap that.
Problem with my setup here is that I have to like keep leaning around my microphone, seeing my screen. Because my microphone is here and my screen is like right there.
Okay, I also have to be right back.
I forgot my door opens pretty much straight shut on the bathroom where I just was. Uninterrupted, glorious view of the hallway.
It's very dark, so I can't see anything. I should turn up the brightness on my computer. My computer's so dark. Also, my camera is so dark. I keep like trying to fix it. Come on. If I lean forward and back enough, it fixes the light, but sometimes it doesn't.
It has to auto adjust.
Yeah, which is
Very
really
funny,
annoying.
There are people watching this and talking about it, which I think are just friends of the other folks. Oh,
Mhm.
welcome to snooping. Let's have a good conversation with this good delay. I feel like I have to sit like this now because Indigo does not sit up straight ever. Games don't sit up straight.
I can't imagine that Falcon sits like Falcon has to have like perfect posture.
Oh my god, absolutely.
Yeah,
Falcon
like
is
the perfect posture. Like
Falcon is so put together, and it would be very fun.
what was that?
Falcon is very put together, and I don't know. I think the games are very things.
You're right. My dog's okay, by the way.
Oh, I'm so
I
glad.
was worried about him.
I'm glad.
Apparently, he had like an allergy thing.
Hmm.
I know. Well, we're thinking he might have gotten stung by a bee or something, but my mom took him to the vet. And, okay.
That's all. I mean, like, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Over careful is better than under.
Vets are kind of expensive, but at least we're financially secure enough to not worry about it.
Yeah.
God.
You are friends with everyone. We can find you on the Twitters at Dark Dragons Inn and come say howdy. Mayhaps I will.
Hey.
Lewis says, I'm glad your dog's okay.
Oh, good. Thank you, Lewis. Or Louis, maybe?
Louis would. Dogs and bees don't mix.
No.
Most
They're
things
not
in
friends.
bees don't mix. Bees and flowers mix.
Yeah.
And we
Dogs
Lewis
and flowers
pronounces the
mix.
S in their name.
What was that?
Lewis pronounces the S in their name, but also
Nailed
I
it.
think Louis is very nice, so I don't know if they mind.
Well, I wasn't sure. That's By the way, my dog's okay.
Good. I'm so pleased.
I had to text my mom. I'm sorry I couldn't talk to you just now.
Louis Vuitton dog. We out here. The problem is that in a YouTube chat, every time someone says your name, it so as to get rid of the need to at people. The problem is when your name is 2 letters.
Yeah.
And it's in words like them. Everything is highlighted. Wait, Firebrands is next? Monster Hearts.
Monster Hearts, but yeah. I have an idea.
So here's my thing about Monster Hearts is that I don't love it, but I love the concept. And that brings me to an interesting point. Oh shit. I'm hang on real quick. I'm still here. I'm just rummaging.
Yes.
I remembered it's 1 p.m. and I woke up a long time ago. I need those brain pills.
Yeah, that was me earlier. I was like, oh fuck, is it like 10 o'clock already? I also needed to eat, so that's why I kept muting myself. I have to eat when I take my pill. I was like, all I have right now is an old moon pie in my drawer. So I was eating.
Hey, have you played Heaven Will Be Mine? It's
it
hurts.
Yes.
Ooh, I mean,
Yeah. Let's have a fun, cool time. Yeah.
Aids, unmute my mic. And we back. Can they hear you? Okay. Yeah, I see you got levels over there. We're all Gucci.
Yeah,
Hi.
we're all Gucci.
Welcome.
I still have no idea what I want to do. It's fine. It's fine.
When in doubt, you could always do another solitaire to kind of reframe the scene.
that's true. That helps.
Yeah, well, whoa, very fancy. I like the transition.
Right? Little like bring up the curtains.
Because the scene I want is that, like, I want Falcon to be at the bar and talking to people, and maybe like even after the speech, but like also I want Indigo there, and then I want Precious to show up maybe,
Yes.
because I think
Yes.
that
Can you
would
go
be
over that again so I know what's happening?
well. I don't know how to do this scene, because a lot of these are like two people scenes and stuff, and what I want is it to be like because Indigo invited me to their bar to go like talk to people and talk about
And
the
I
whole
also
like
told Precious where the bar
Yeah.
is.
exactly.
Precious
So
is
I
extremely going to show up.
oh yeah,
Of
and
course,
I
at the
want
one time where the revolutionaries are all having a fucking meeting.
Hey.
exactly
Right?
yeah. Like I really want that scene, and I just want to see how it goes. But also the problem is, of course, that I have no idea what that scene is based on these games.
You could hypothetically and just flavor it not attacking. You could do a free for all, but then like everything is actually words instead of like violent attacks.
That's kind of fun.
I was thinking that or a dance, but we're not dancing.
Interesting.
A
We can
conversation
have an
that's
animated
kind of
disagreement,
flowing.
I guess, but that might be too.
An animated disagreement is a hard one because
Yeah, that's hard to
Yeah.
jump in on.
it's one of my less favorite.
You could do a conversation over food again.
We just keep
More
eating.
food. We
There's
just
just
keep
so much
eating the
more-
whole time.
Hey, are we
Maybe
all
this is
hungry?
how Indigo will eat.
Are we all a little
let me
hungry
look
right
at
now?
let me look at a free for all.
I'm gonna close my window because it's getting hot again. Luckily, I
I
just have to
actually
stand up.
think a free for all could be really good. Yeah.
I think
For
that
this.
that could work. I gotta read over more of these
fun.
though.
It could also graduate to violent attacks. Nora's
My
with that
favorite
fucking
thing is
universe
that-
brain.
Every time I play this game, everyone like takes into account the setting in that there's 3 factions, and then everyone ignores everything else in the setting. I was just scrolling through and I found the page on crystalline Banterfill.
You're like, what the hell is that?
Motherfucker, I don't care about your crystals. Like,
We're just here to be gay and gesture at a war.
exactly. I'm here for anime and mechs, and that is it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Anime flirting mechs. That's it.
Boom.
The
That's all
mechs
I
are
need.
gonna kiss.
No one's kissed
People are
yet.
gonna kiss. Mechs are gonna kiss. It's
Only
gonna be
one of us
anime.
has gotten into a mech so far, and no one's kissed.
When my turn comes around.
Yeah, I
let's-
don't know why you did kiss my boy. I have a problem with it, but it's fine. Let's keep
Let me
going.
tell you, Indigo wanted to.
Let's hit this free for all, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I've just broken my headphones. Where'd it go?
Oh no.
Where'd it go? The little
Go.
puppet fell out.
I don't think we have to do any more setup. I think we all at least a little bit know each other.
Yeah, we've all finally met, I think.
I don't think I've met.
No.
No, I have met. I haven't met Precious. I
No.
haven't
You're
met
at
Precious.
You were at the same dance, heavy air quotes.
Yeah. I mean, Precious knows me. Like,
You are known by each other.
yes, we know of each other. We don't really know each other.
Was Precious a guest on your show?
Ooh.
Hmm.
That's kind
Maybe.
of fun and flirty.
I think Precious would vaguely know of your show and sort of want to be a guest of it, but
Yeah.
the
Maybe
people
that's
they
what
answer
I'm.
to in his family would not let him do that.
Yeah. Maybe I considered it, but also like after talking to these revolutionaries, I was like, that's a bad idea. That's a bad move, actually. That's like a really bad move, turns out. So I'm not gonna do that. But I mean, I could have done that in the past. I'll leave it open if that wants to be a thing. So go around the table. Each of you gets 2 turns. I go first. Okay. I'm a challenge.
This is fun and metaphor.
Yeah,
right? Using it metaphors is wonderful. Also, chat just said, like, having that be a scene of Precious on the show.
Amazing.
My pitch for that is an animated disagreement.
Yeah. Sounds like it. Oh,
we can approach that later. I'm sorry.
That's good.
It's good though.
That's really
anyway.
good.
Okay, let's fight with our words first.
Yeah, I would write that down, but I'm too lazy to find my pencil.
Write it down in your brain.
Yeah, I wrote it down in my brain. It's up there. How about
Do we want to do what do you notice about each other? What have you? Because I feel like it
Oh,
adds
that's
a lot
probably
to
a
the
good way to.
scene.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. Should we do then like with what we notice about each other, that's in the like scene like right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Has Precious, I keep wanting to say princess. Has Precious shown up yet? Or are you gonna make a dramatic entrance?
Precious, I think, is going to make a dramatic end.
Okay. Of course they are.
An icon. True gay culture. Well, then I think
What we notice about Precious is that Precious isn't here.
Yeah, Precious isn't here yet. But I think what we notice about Indigo is that they've realized that they may have accidentally invited Precious to be here.
2 dates in the same dance.
Yeah, and that doesn't feel great. And so they're like, they run these meetings, and people expect them to kind of be on their game, but they're a little bit less so than usual.
I think what we notice about Falcon is that they've got like, I think they've got more so I think that the meeting has already like kind of happened. At least Falcon's part of it has, where they like got up and said their piece and people, gave input or whatever. And Falcon like is like a lot more, how am I gonna put it? Revolutionary than like going into this.
To be like this, right? Like, you got like amped up.
Yeah, like I'm into it. I'm like, yeah, actually a good idea, and I should be helping, and I'm gonna do this. Like motivated. But we don't know how long that lasts.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay, well, that's what we notice, I suppose. Because our good friend isn't here. And neither is our less good friend, who none of us have been formally introduced to.
No.
You won't be.
None of us know their name.
None of you are worthy.
We're like, man, cool hair. What's your name? And she's like, no.
I do have cool hair. You are right.
I don't have a phone.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I don't have a phone.
I feel like my character knows your name, knows of you, but hasn't attached it with your face. They know what your mech is like.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
That's very good. God.
You two feel very like Shakespearean to me. Like that first scene like felt so like Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare ass, Mercutio shit. Like,
yeah.
Very good.
Anyway,
so you go first.
Okay.
When you make these all metaphors, they're like a little sexy, all of them.
Yep.
They are. You're so right.
Oh, D. Vincent Baker.
Oh my gosh. Gosh, I don't like the problem with this metaphor is that I don't have like anything against anybody here right now. At the moment I'm very thankful to Indigo, but maybe I have questions for them because they seem weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like they seem like
That could almost be the I button up and march on you, because you're like shrugging off the kind of niceties and coming in to be like, hey yo, like we need to speak.
You could? I mean, I think they would be like very polite about it. That's my problem. Like how about the last one? I rain a barrage of rockets down on you out of nowhere. Can you escape them and how?
And it's just questions.
It's just questions. Like it's a lot of questions, and a lot of them don't have to do anything, but they're like, you know that thing that manipulative people will do is that like ask like a bunch of questions and then just like throw in like and also
yeah,
it's that like that's what they're doing. So they go up to Indigo and they're like, so this is great, you know, thank you for inviting me, and just start asking them like fucking bullshit questions that
how
like
many people are normally here? Do you guys normally talk for this long?
Yeah. Like it sounds like I'm just trying to like get more information, but you might be able to see through that. So if you do, how and how do you like avoid the question?
I don't think so. I think they just start answering it, right? Like, you know, anywhere between like 5 and 20. It really depends on the night. And no, you know, tonight was kind of long because, you know, special guests, all of that. It's just, what? Oh, you wanted a drink? Sure. And then like they get someone a drink and come back and you're like still waiting for them. And I'm like, this is weird. What's the actual question you're trying to get me to answer? Is like, are you weird?
Not exactly. I think it's...
Hey, are you a cop?
You gotta tell me if you're a cop.
It's you know, Indigo, you look nervous.
Oh, me? Yeah.
Yeah. Is it just the whole thing?
No,
the whole thing about it, or is there?
It's not you. You're, you know, it's good to see you like back in the old days.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah. Listen, what do you know about Bontrash royalty?
Not much. I know that they're royalty, and I know that they're, you know, I know the basics like everybody else.
Okay. Because I had an interesting run-in with one of them. I think there's more going on with him than there seems, and also I may have invited him here.
Okay.
Not particular. Okay, hang on. I want to.
Before you explain yourself, like the bell ringing on the door is so good.
Yeah. Before you explain yourself, I don't think does the door have like a bell that rings when it opens?
Absolutely.
It didn't before, but now it does.
It did. Oh no, it did. I mentioned it before.
Oh, really?
The very first
wow.
scene. Yeah.
My character opens the door. He has like these little white gloves on with like buttons on the side, pink ones.
Oh my god, you are so overdressed.
It kind of rings.
Ridiculous.
Glances up at the bell, and then he looks. Oh, he also has like very big fake eyelashes on, so that you can like. It's very obvious when he glances up, and then he looks at you. He takes one step in, but he's just kind of looking and cautious because you're talking to somebody. But he's definitely looking at you, and he's definitely there. He's like, he doesn't know whether to take a step forward. His face is hard to read.
Okay. I look at Falcon and I look at Precious, so I keep trying to call Princess. And I go, just a minute. And Precious, I rush you, I'm faster than you'd believe. Can you react? which I think is me just walking up to you and trying to usher you.
Okay, then I think I
It's-
react in time and I sidestep
It's
like
lovely to see you. Now really isn't the best time, unfortunately. And you've never seen Indigo this like trying to be cool,
yeah.
like being
The
polite.
thing is,
What?
Precious doesn't know Indigo very well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Precious, and also Precious, firstly, Precious has been asked here. Secondly, Precious tends
Not
to feel
now.
entitled to the space that he takes up. Thirdly, Precious really wants to see this person again. So what he does is he
Oh, no.
sidesteps you. He takes
Mm.
another step further into the bar. He looks back at you, kind of questioningly. But the door, he closes the door behind him. The door closes behind him. He just kind of lets your words hang in the air.
It's like people have noticed you're here, and it's just
Mhm.
because it looks like now I'm a fucking traitor. Absolutely. In every direction at once.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, bud.
I'm working for everyone.
Can I do a challenge?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I forgot which one I wanted to do. Oh yes, I fall out of the sky like a hunting bird. Can you describe survive my attack? How? And I think
Talking about
the
this
way that I
sports
fall out of
metaphor.
the sky like a hunting bird is I move to touch your face.
Oh, who are you talking
no.
to?
Indigo.
Oh no.
There's nowhere to run.
There's nowhere to run. This is my house.
There's nowhere to run. You can't
I have
escape.
to feel a little bad for Indigo.
I feel very bad for Indigo. Precious is a bad person. I told you this.
They're just better at hiding it than the rest of us.
I think that Indigo kind of freezes and then like steps away and is like, you know what? You should come talk to Falcon. I feel like you two would, get along. You've got thoughts. Interesting thoughts.
I think so. A friend of
I
his.
don't know. Have you heard of Falcon? Dead Falcon? Falcon! And like fast walks into the other corner of the room to try and get people to leave. Move this meeting elsewhere.
Uh-huh. Are you like calling us to follow you into a different place?
No, I'm trying to get you two to talk to each other while I play and like go to where the people are actually talking about how they're, like a Bontrash royalty. And so
Are they gonna listen to you?
Suggest that perhaps they move this conversation.
Yeah. I kind of standing. Is Falcon sitting?
I think they were sitting when they were talking to Indigo. You walked in, they like stood up, like less in like in surprise, like not in like I'm being polite to royalty. It's a who the fuck is this person?
Way.
Yeah. Ready to get the fuck out of there, like.
Yeah. So then I think my character sits down next. Has a hand like placed kind of delicately on the table in front of him, looks up, waiting to be introduced.
What a power move!
I've walked away.
I think that Falcon like notices you waiting to be introduced. And then like I think they've like suddenly come to or at least and like sit, perfect posture, of course. And like
sit up.
Yeah. and like doesn't laugh but looks a little amused and says, unfortunately, you might have to introduce yourself here.
Do you want to do a challenge or do you want to wait?
I'm trying to think of a good challenge here because I do want to do a challenge. What?
that sounds like you like to me sitting on the outside. Like it sounds like a bit of sass. So it almost sounds like a I get the drop on you and hit you with a roaring jet of flames.
Oh, that's good.
Immediately
That's
hot.
really
Can your frame take it? How?
Yeah, that's gotta be it. Yeah.
Mhm. I'm all into leaning into like failing challenges, but I think his frame can take it because he every time he's treated differently to how he expects, he finds it very interesting and like
I hate
exciting.
him and I love him a lot.
So he kind of tilts his head a little bit and he says, ah, I prefer to be called Precious. I haven't been here before. I'm told your name is Falcon.
They laugh a little bit when you're like, I haven't been here before. They're like, yeah, I think I would have noticed if you had. Not that they even come here. It's like bullshit. It's totally bullshit, but like, you know. And they say, yes, you hear correctly. I don't know if you've heard of me, but I think I've heard of you.
I've heard a little here and there.
I don't know if that's good to hear or bad to hear, really.
Well, it's always nice to be heard, but it has its drawback.
That's very true. As in this case. And they like direct eye contact with you and like kind of lean back in their chair. But that's very on purpose. Like that's not like it doesn't seem casual for them.
Yeah.
It's like a very
think-
like bold move.
Yeah. My Precious is still sitting kind of straight. He does like a very cute smile and he's like, great. Does Beat come in here or is she not in the scene?
It is. I don't want to crowd. I will come in, but that's like the worst case scenario.
Hey, the system for this is everyone plays.
Oh, it is everyone plays, ain't it? All right. Then
Poor Indigo.
that bell ring again on the door, and then coming in full regalia, in her full outfit here, which for those of you I've been looking,
Of course.
just helmet on
With the mask?
with
Riley,
the helmet.
Riley.
Yeah. Yes.
So
yes?
we don't know we don't recognize.
No, trust me. She walks in. She like clicks the helmet off and like lets her like
Yeah.
hair fall down.
The
like
moment he sees the helmet, he recognizes who it is, and then the moment she takes it off, he's like, "Oh."
It's the superhero ass, like,
yeah.
oh, that's who that is.
Oh god damn it, it's her. Yeah, she comes in and then I think she looks around at these people that she's met before. She doesn't recognize. she like full the fuck on does not recognize Falcon from the
I mean,
dance.
that's fine. Falcon doesn't recognize her.
Yep. She immediately approaches Indigo. Straight up. Just comes up at Indigo and
Hopefully Indigo has managed to steer that table's palatable. Hopefully it doesn't look like a super suspicious meeting anymore, aside from the
far across the landscape, I raise my rifle. I can put a shot into your reactor core, slice off your comms antenna, unhinge your knee, put out your eye. Do you avoid my shot? She comes over and like crosses her arm and like immediately like puts a hand on her face and squints and goes, "A party?"
It is a bar.
Bar is generous.
Can I speak to you anywhere else?
No.
Okay. And Indigo just walks out the door. Like, you have to, if you want to talk to me outside.
She watches you go out the door and then like turns to the table of people talking and sits down at your seat.
Oh no.
Then I think Precious is gonna turn and smile very politely to you and say, How wonderful to see you.
Whomst?
Ah,
Oh, yes, yes. It is wonderful to see me. It's a
If you
pleasure.
were to look out the window, Indigo is on their phone making calls.
They are making some calls.
She nods at you though, Presh, and then turns and goes, "I don't think we've been introduced."
No, I don't think we have. Falcon.
It's a pleasure, and she reaches out to shake your hand.
Yeah, Falcon takes it. Falcon has a very again, it's all politeness with them.
Oh, you're on TV? You're on TV straight up, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Falcon, I love your show.
God.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, do you watch it? They
do.
are very surprised by that.
I watch that and reruns of Lost.
Riley! Riley!
Oh my
You
god.
have the most interesting guests on. I love how you I love the way you conduct your interviews.
They I think they're a little bit taken aback because I think how recognizable is like your suit and your whole thing as
I'd say it's pretty recognizable.
yeah.
I think there are let's say 6 people in colored suits that have a similar jacket helmet combo.
Jesus.
Riley, you continue to be very you.
Listen, I'm always ever on my bullshit and I refuse to get off.
Understanding.
You're so
Understand. I
valid.
understand.
She takes
So
Precious'
valid.
drink and drinks it. And
That's
puts it back down in front of
horrible.
them.
Oh my god.
Who gets the next move?
I think it goes back to. Well, do we have to go in order, or does it just say 2 each?
I think it's 2 each. So I think
No,
I
it's
don't
just
think we
2
have to go in order.
It says go around the table, but like fuck that.
Okay.
I've left the room.
Yeah. Go around the table. Yeah.
Who wants to do
Literally,
a
we're at a
move?
table now.
I mean, listen, I have half a mind to. No, that's bad. It's a really bad idea.
What is it?
No, it's a really bad idea.
Please tell us what it is.
I can't call the cops on my own bar.
No, you can't.
No, I am the cops.
Yeah,
I need
you
more
have the cops there.
I need more cops.
I need different cops.
Better
Cops.
cops.
Other cops.
I'm sure. Okay. For the record, I'm sure that the revolutionaries have their own like mercenaries and shit. Like,
I want those cops. I want someone to shut down this party due to a noise complaint.
well, unfortunately, you might not get that.
No.
It's too bad.
We're all very soft-spoken people here.
I think Indigo comes back in, like, obviously, like, putting their phone back in their pocket. Like, they didn't just walk the door, stand there for 10 minutes, and then come back in. But they kind of did do that. And just goes back
Just had
behind
a
the bar
quick
and is
panic
like,
attack.
yeah, you know, no big deal.
It's fine.
Comes back in and goes behind the bar and is, like, making themselves a drink.
Very good. If no one wants to make a move, I'll make a move.
Yeah, I was gonna say if no one wants to make a move, I'll
free.
make a move.
I mean, you feel free. I just came in here.
You just showed up.
I think Sorry, I'm reading the things so
It's
that
okay,
I
it's
can
okay.
Okay. So this is getting Precious loves intrigue, and Precious loves that there are people here who he's not used to who are talking, but also he's kind of being ignored, and he doesn't like that. And things are getting kind of political, and he understands that he has to do it every day, but it's boring. So My target here is Beat. I open fire on you, pounding you with everything I've got. Can your frame take it? How? He lays a hand on your arm very gently. He leans forward to look up at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She
So it's like across the table and like it is like it's back.
Indigo is like watching from the bar, like, I'm not supposed to be jealous, right?
I think Beat, she like looks down at you and like raises an eyebrow and then like reaches up to like pat the hand on her arm and
Yeah. He runs his finger like he takes his hand off of your arm, but he does it like very slowly so his fingers trail along her arm
mm-hmm.
to her hand.
she allows it to happen and then like as you like touch her hand she like flicks it like she lets it long enough to be like, oh damn, is this finally a flirt? And then fucking no.
No scopes it.
Yeah, and she
Wow.
like steeples her hands and she's like, what a wonderful group of people we have here. This is so exciting. You don't
Okay,
usually
I've
get
got
to
one.
see such a motley crew. And she stares at Indigo across
Yeah.
All right.
like
And
Alright.
she like I think Precious replies like, I agree. An interesting combination. Although I believe our purposes in being here are quite at odds.
yes.
I've got a move, a challenge rather,
Mm-hmm.
which is I button up and march on you, shrugging off everything. Can you sand me off? How? And that's just Indigo like sighs and like straightens up the table like 4 drinks and sits down. He was like, what are you doing here to Beat? I can't address you by name.
Yeah, you can't
Like,
just remember.
I can't do that.
She drinks the cocktail that you put down and
Cool, that's a lot of trust.
yep, she puts it down again and just like smiles and like flicks it so like again like that same kind of like no not a flick like you know how a cat will knock something off a table.
Yeah.
Yep. And it like the glass shatters on the ground and it flies a little bit of like force, but she just goes, I'm coming to one of the finest watering holes I've heard of in town. You know, it's a little rustic, it's a little bit down on its luck, but I think we can get exciting people in here.
Indigo stands back up. Get out.
No.
I punch her.
Oh,
Hell yes.
punch a cop.
Absolute
Can't punch a
fist fight.
cop. That's illegal.
Then yeah, you do. Like she like takes it and like kind of
I've
stumbles.
already been to jail.
Yep. She goes, yeah, she stumbles back and then let's see here. God, I think I heave you bodily off the ground, lift you up to smash you down again. Are you able to get out of my grip? And she takes the punch and kind of like holds it and stumbles back and does that like kind of wipe where there's blood under her nose.
Very anime. Like,
yeah, and like flicks it to the side and then just immediately comes up, one hand on thigh, one hand on shoulder, and then just whoop, like lifts you up and then like pushes up because she's so stupid strong.
She's so strong.
And then bam! If you let her, fireman's carry onto the table, smashing the table. You'll not understand. You've entered wrestle mode.
This is my bar.
It's also kind of your boss.
Yeah,
This is my house.
she drops you and goes like, huh, that's gotta be 1 star down in the Yelp review.
Space Yelp. Spelt.
Yeah, spelt. I'm sorry. And she looks at the other 2 of you and goes, you heard her, get out.
Them.
Precious crosses his legs,
You
scoots
two
back
are
the
the
chair
ones
to
I
the...
invited.
Oh?
Yeah.
You two are the
We
ones I
were
invited.
invited. I mean I think Falcon just says that. Like I think they just say like you're the uninvited guest here.
Precious scoots back and crosses his legs again. He has removed himself entirely from the conversation. He is completely committed to not actually having a part in it, but he's here. He's definitely watching. He's here to watch. If I were more extra, he would have a pair of upper glasses, but he doesn't have a pair of upper glasses.
Aw.
Yeah, I mean that's my second move because I'm looking like you guys were invited. Like she goes, I wasn't aware we needed a reservation to come to a public bar.
After hours?
What bar closes at 10? That's another star.
Have we all done enough?
I've
moves that it
done two.
ends? I've done two.
I've done two.
I think I need one more.
Okay. Last shot.
Mhm. Oh.
Hit me. Also hit me.
God. I mean, that's a possibility.
It's time to punch.
Do
Yeah,
it.
I mean, Falcon, like normally, Falcon would be totally with Precious on this, like, backed up, like, I'm just gonna watch and see what happens. But, like, first of all, you walked into, like, Indigo's not my friend, but,
Coworker.
you know, they helped me out here, yeah.
Yeah. We're
And
buddies.
they're the only person, you know, who hasn't been that mean.
I said I love your show.
I know you were
You're the worst.
but you're the worst. You're a cop.
You're a cop and we hate you.
And they just like they had this like conversation up in arms and like ready to go, and they're just like you know, fuck it. And I think Falcon's not strong. Falcon isn't like their strength doesn't lie in their body. Their strength lies in their voice. And so that's a problem. But I honestly think they just like is there, let's see.
Invite them to your show for an interview in exchange for them leaving. Hey, yo, Tails, what's up?
No, that's not okay. Valid, but I do really want that scene, by the way.
I'm here for it.
Well, maybe not with you, but definitely with Precious. How about I get the drop on you? Because I don't think you're expecting it, right?
Mhm.
Like you're not expecting Falcon to just straight up like wind up and hit you. It's like, you know, I don't think anyone could expect that out of this, you know,
Mhm.
small and more or less insignificant person. As far as like physicalness
No,
is
no,
concerned.
insignificant was right. You nailed it.
Hey. I
Hmm.
love that.
Riley, just because
Yeah,
your character
you're
is
the
mean, you
worst.
don't have to be
I'm
mean.
sorry. No, I love. No. I'm so sorry.
No,
I love
okay.
Falcon.
All in fun, all in fun. Yeah, I get the drop on you. Let's see, I get the drop on you and hit you with a jet of roaring flame. I think I just, like, I hit you. Can your frame take it and how?
I think I could take the first one because I was prepared for it. I think you
Mhm.
do you sucker punch me? Do you just like pop?
Yeah, like, and I think I'm shorter than you. So, like, fucking uppercut to your chin.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
it's, yeah.
she does like stumble back too. Like this is a full like kind of like was not expecting like almost like stumbles back like falls a second but catches herself on the bar and like this time like has like you know she like kind of bit her lip because she was doing a
Mhm.
shit-eating grin when you clocked her like cold clocked her and
Mhm.
her hair is definitely messed up now and she like
Oh no, that's
glares and like looks between each of you back and forth like to like go to like it looks like remember your faces
yeah.
and
And I think I get a word in here while you're like caught off guard. And I just say, I think I just say, you weren't invited.
She's quiet, like reaches into her jacket pocket and throws like $3 on the table, and is like,
Ugh.
a tip for an exciting evening.
I hate her a lot.
I hate her so much.
She reaches behind the counter, grabs a bottle, and leaves. And yeah, she's gone. She's fucking out.
Cop theft.
Ugh.
I think Precious stands up after like a few moments of silence after she leaves. He kind of pushes his chair in, like, kind of neatly next to the broken table.
I'm still on the floor.
Smiles. Oh.
Can I help you up? I try to help you up.
You can. You can, yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot that was the thing.
Yeah.
So Precious just Precious just like stands there and looks at you on the floor.
Oh man, I should have thrown the money at you. Just like so
Aw.
it lands on you.
We
on
can
the
retcon
floor.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Very
that's
good. Oh god.
I think I'm like propped up on an elbow, like could get up, kind of really embarrassed, would like to melt into.
yeah. That's
and
a valid
also,
response.
Ouch.
I offer you a hand. I just like lean down, offer you a hand to help you up.
Yeah, Precious goes to one knee, which he does not do.
Yeah.
He gets one knee to like check if you're alright or like be on a more eye level.
I guess I take the hand and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I should go.
It's you don't have to. I'm probably about to kick everyone else out because that was not great. But you two can stay if you want. Drink, unwind.
I really think I should go.
Okay.
I don't address Precious, but I do like I haven't even looked at Precious at this point, which probably like annoys the shit out of him. Like,
It's
but
very curious to him.
I think looking at Indigo, I say I shake my head like I'm on like an adrenaline high right now, and I'm just
yeah, you just did a hit.
I just punched a cop, and I'm just like I shake my head and I say, don't kick them out too soon. I think I could help you fix this mess. Not the table. I can't fix the table.
I can fix the table. I know about tables.
But they're offering to help talk to the people and talk them through what just happened, and also like gather their spirits back up, because this is what they do.
Yeah, this is gonna end well for you, not so much for me.
I mean, it might end not quite as bad.
So is that scene?
I think so.
So later,
I think that's scene.
Later that evening, eventually Falcon has to leave the bar. And Falcon, do you leave with friends? Do you leave with people?
Do you leave with Indigo?
I think that's up to Indigo, to be honest.
I think I probably live upstairs. I'll invite you up, right? Like if we're gonna fix all this shit, come have a drink somewhere where there's a couch.
But eventually they leave. Right?
Eventually they leave.
I hope so.
I hope so. So then definitely when you leave,
Falcon lives here now.
Falcon just lives here.
When Falcon leaves, like they're alone, and I think you make it a block or two when you hear the sound of metal on leather of unsheathing, and I want to meet sword to sword.
Of course.
With
Great.
who? Oh,
Myself 3 stars.
I'm
Great.
gonna kill you here. I'm not gonna.
Great. Sounds fantastic. Awesome.
No,
What do you notice about each
everything is
other?
Bad.
Do I even have a fucking sword? Like, what?
I think what you notice about Beat is she's mad. Usually she has like
Yeah.
a very cocky face on, but she's pissed. You punched her.
I have to think that Falcon is proud. Terrified, but a little proud.
Yep, her hair is back, and but she doesn't have her helmet on. But she does have this kind of rapier, like this long ass sword that she like, kind of
Why
like,
is that hot?
right? And she clinks it on the ground. Again, this is still being played by Laura Dern. Like,
Of course it is.
she clinks the
It
sword on
is
the
very
ground
hot.
and like catches it around like a pipe if you don't have a sword and like throws the pipe at you. And it's like skids to your feet, and she goes, "Pick it up."
Falcon like hesitate, like, but they see she's not, fucking around, but also like, I just want to leave. Like, I don't want to do this, but I think they have to like think for a second, but then they do.
Mm-hmm. The better with the sword begins, and I'm gonna argue that is.
Oh, that's definitely you. Oh,
This
that's
is
definitely you.
beneath the city, 2 hearts beat, and she like yeah,
We're all
like
gonna die.
as you reach to pick up the pipe, like she immediately fucking I'm trying to think if she like starts off good or no. Yeah, she launches a sustained attack with her weight behind it. Like she yells out and starts like kind of charging, just swinging the sword, and like it's an anime, so it's like leaving those kind of light trails in the air, like the
Yeah.
zig 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 zig.
Yeah.
And, yeah. She launches a sustained attack with her weight against it, behind it. Do you give ground readily or grudgingly?
I think, okay, so I just had a thought about Falcon, and I think that maybe, I don't think they ever took like fencing classes, like I don't think it's that much, but I think that they're maybe a dancer. And there's like that's a lot of bullshit, because really, like, fencing is all about, footwork, but realistically, dancing footwork and fencing footwork are so different that
This is
it's
anime.
ridiculous.
They're the same. They're the same.
Exactly. It's anime. So we get to we do what we want here.
Yeah, exactly.
And since this is anime, like, I think that they're using that to be a little more like nimble. And so I think that they give ground readily.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that they're trying to get like a tactical, like they're trying to think tactically here. And this is, yeah. So they give ground readily here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then it's like a clink, 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 and it's like bouncing off the
Mhm.
pipe. Just the lead pipe that you have.
I know, like,
What is?
I think since this is anime, I want to say something here that's like, it's not very rude to, or it's not very polite to start a duel in such a way.
It's not very polite to strike at somebody when they aren't expecting it. But I guess we all don't get what we want now, do we? And that's like a big like cut that you duck under, and like it's
Yeah,
like,
and they say, well, it's not very polite to crash a party.
Are they gonna make out?
Please. Let Beat kiss.
We'll see what
I
happens.
want Beat to kiss, and I'd be like, listen, this is an
And
anime.
all of these characters can all.
Can we just kiss and ignore this like whole war thing going on?
Yeah.
What war?
Like,
There is no
if
war.
Dee doesn't kiss Precious, then she has to kiss someone.
Oh yeah.
It's
She's a
good.
big strong lady.
We gotta see what happens here. We gotta play it. Play to find
We
out
have
what
to play
happens.
to find out
Listen,
what
if
happens. I
Endgame is
know.
kissing, I'm for it.
Endgame is kissing and dying. Also,
Oh, that's true.
Give a leading question. Let's
God.
go.
Oh my gosh. God, I can't. Um. See, the problem is that a lot of these are like, I cut you with my sword, but that's like not a thing that I have.
You can no. That could be a
you can
bludgeon.
hit. You can hit.
Yeah, that's true.
I could also accidentally cut at the pipe and it slices to give it a fucking blade. Because again, we anime.
Anime.
It's anime, yeah, because that makes sense, and also, yeah. I pretend to falter and dip my blade. Do I draw you out or deploy and hold steady?
She is pretty angry right now. She's angry enough where she waited outside of a bar for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, I bet it was
Yeah.
a really long time.
It's like morning now, like.
Yeah, it's like you can see the sun rising in like the back of the
Mhm.
street.
Oh,
It's like
that's
the
very
redness
good.
fills the scene and like the shadows are like really showing right now.
It's a nice cloudy day too.
You draw her out. She takes a big like kind of like a stab here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I. It's like a tactical ploy, and I didn't expect it to work because I knew you were a better swordsman here.
Mhm.
But it did, and so I duck out of the way, and I like hit you like right across your stomach. Like you are like this, and I like swing around and hit you.
Yeah, and she like holds her stomach and falls back as like she's sitting there, and you can again because I want like the pipe has bent a little bit at this point, but like she's like holding her stomach and then like groans, and then like for a moment I think like just long enough that it can like actually yeah, you thrust precariously close to my face. Do you cut me?
Sorry, my dog was at my door.
No,
I think
Do it.
I almost cut you, but like it's not that I missed. It's like I hesitate. Like
Mhm.
Winston, how are you? Oh.
Very
Sorry.
good. No worries. My dog is also like right here. Like
Why are you crying? What the fuck? What the fuck? I know. Yeah, I don't cut you. Oh my god, Winston, what the fuck? I'm sorry, he's losing his goddamn
do not
Wait,
worry.
I love him. An icon.
Get out! You. I love you, but you're like, oh my god. Okay, is there a problem? Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
Do not worry. You get a move.
Jesus. Yes, I get a move. No, I don't cut you. But like as a choice.
Mm-hmm. I like
Um,
that.
But I think I'm in close to you now.
Mhm.
And oh my god, what is wrong? I catch your wrist in my hand. And as you try to like pull away, I like keep close. Because you're already close to me. Do you let your sword drop or do you shove me away and fight on?
I think she pauses there for a moment, like looking angry, like she's like her hair's a mess. She's like stressed to all hell at the moment, and she pauses. And I think there's a moment when like the faces are close, and it is like a long pause, like a quick second, and then like it's enough that a breath can happen. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And and then like I think for a moment, like the fans are going wild. The audience is like, "Oh yes, finally, finally!" And there's like a light at the bottom of your chin. I get my sword point high up under your chin. Do you submit or flee?
God. I'm tempted to say that Falcon is the type to flee. But I'm also tempted to say submit because I just like that more.
You can happily just like flee here could read you cold clock me and like the beat goes down.
Please.
I think that like you put your sword under my chin, but it's like there's still like a second here where you're not going to like I don't think you're going to kill me here. Not right now, not like at this second. And so I like I keep your eyes, give you like a little smile, and then turn around and like walk away. Which I'm gonna say is fleeing.
Yeah, she watches you walk and like throws her sword at the wall, and it does like go into the concrete. And I think that's a scene.
That
was a good scene.
That's very, very good.
Whose fucking turn is it?
It's M's. And then also I want to say I have a hard out at in 40 minutes. No, wait, 50 minutes.
Shit. Okay.
50 minutes.
Sorry, my headphone fell out.
Oh, you're
Do
good.
not worry. Do not worry. Hello, Papa No.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so I want solitaire.
That's fine. That's valid. You're valid.
Because Indigo's kind of fucked up. And I think what it is I just want my passport. Is don't open desk drawers. But it's like after Indigo's like gotten up off the walked Falcon out with a sword. The shot is them flipping the sign on the door to closed and walking back into the building and going into their gun warehouse room and just like kind of staring down everything in the room. And then just like a hard cut to the jail that Beat had kept them in, just fucking exploding.
Yeah, that's so good.
They are done fucking around.
Oh, fun.
This list is done. This is stupid. We're either getting off this planet or getting what we... That's it. That's all. I won't drag that on.
That's very good.
But I also want to talk to every... I don't want to talk to Beat. I want to talk to everyone. If I talk to Beat, I'll just punch her again.
It's good if you talk to Beat. You can punch her. She will kill you.
Apparently.
She'll
try to.
She's out for blood now. She's in that Azula in the last season of Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we saw how that turned out.
I mean,
Is
listen.
it my scene or is it somebody else's?
Oh, small bud.
He's okay. He's just crying. Get down.
It's Frizz's scene.
It's Frizz's scene.
It's Frizz's
Frizz is
scene.
gonna look at the scene
Frizz,
types.
try and kiss.
Who are you gonna drink us?
I think my best chance of kissing.
And I'm just saying, Indigo will kiss and regret it.
Yeah, I was thinking of scene. I think oof.
Listen, Falcon will kiss
Okay.
anyone. That's the problem here.
I'm gonna do something fun.
Okay.
Yes, I think I'm going to have a scene. Indigo. I think I'm gonna have a conversation over food. I think what happened was Precious sent someone to send a message to Beat to come and see them at a certain time. It was like a discreet thing and at night and in the gardens where they met before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, she would show
Oh,
up.
not Beat. I mean,
Oh.
not Beat. I mean, this could happen with Beat, actually. Does this happen with Beat?
It can.
Fuck.
It can. Like, listen, I'm here for it. Like,
I got people's characters mixed up. I was gonna say with Indigo, but if this happens with Beat, I wonder what would happen. I don't think.
part of the cards, bud.
I know. I don't think. I don't think Beat is like interested in Precious like as a person and more as like a means to an end. Would I be right?
I think she's intrigued by the person that Precious is. And I don't think she, at this point, thinks that any of y'all are reliable means to a reliable end, if that makes sense.
Unless the ending is kissing.
She's interested in, like, the person that exists.
Yeah. But not in the okay.
She might be interested in the way that it's like, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you.
Okay, yeah, I think let's have a scene with Beat. I'm sorry, Em. I've decided to have the scene with Beat now.
I'm
gonna do the incredibly fucky thing I was still gonna do with Indigo, but it's with Beat now.
Beautiful. Gucci. Let's do it.
Oh no. I don't like anything that can be applied to both of those characters.
Let's go. Let's go. What are we doing? We said a conversation over food?
Is there anything that Precious's family could find out that Beat particularly likes to eat through intel and subterfuge?
What does Beat like to eat? What's like the scariest thing you can have somebody like to eat?
Human teeth. I don't know.
Probably fucking caviar or something.
She really, really loves lobster.
Oh, good. Space lobster.
There's something about cracking the shell that she just really enjoys.
That's a pretty scary food. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me do a Google quickly.
That's fine. Riley the human does not like lobster because, like, I don't like that it's still got his face.
But it tastes so good.
I'm sure it does. I wish I could find out, but I feel so bad.
Okay, so there are some like they're not like actual lobsters, but they're lobster like space creatures. They have like more legs and like weirder shells, and they're like silvery when they're uncooked, but they're blue when they're cooked, like purpley blue.
Terrible.
And
this is bad.
there's like I mean, they exist on Earth. You can get like purple potatoes, but they have like very like small, kind of perfect boiled potatoes with like melting butter on them on a plate next to it, and like just one alive lobster in a bucket with its claws like banded elastic banded shut.
Oh god.
And a little vase and a little white flower. I think Beat would know from living on this planet that it's the kind of flower that once you pluck it, it only lasts like an hour.
That's dope.
Dope. I don't know whether to do this thing or not. I think I will. Fuck it.
Oh, please
Okay.
do it.
Always
Please
yes.
do it.
Always the answer is yes.
Precious is sitting there in like a nightdress with like a very casual jacket over it. It's a very cute nightdress.
I'm trying to think here.
Is it like a lingerie ass night dress, or is it
it's
cutesy?
long and it's covering, but it's very like gauzy and it kind of like blows in the wind a little bit. It's flirty, but it's not revealed.
I'm trying to think what Beat has. Beat has her like jacket from her mech uniform
Mm-hmm.
and her like the dress pants that go with that. I think her jacket's just open, like in like a dope like kind of like alpha way, and like she has her like rapier like at her side.
Mm-hmm. You, uh, Precious is not visibly armed.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
She makes note of that.
yeah. He doesn't stand or like even sit up to greet her, but he acknowledges her. He looks up and he smiles in a kind of weirdly genuine and eager way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she nods at him quietly and like sits down at the table and says, I mean, this looks much better than whatever that other place was serving.
Uh, I found it had a certain charm.
Charm. I find charm is a lot like when people tell you something will build character. When people say someplace has charm, it means that, that place is harmful or useless, and they just want to be polite about it.
Uh, we, well, I don't tend to explain some text quite so out loud, but I think it's a rather fine quality.
I know pilots who use subtext and they're all cowards.
That's interesting.
She,
And you deride cowardice?
I don't deride it, but I feel it should be rooted out when possible. Like striking someone when they don't know it's coming.
Hmm. I
Not to
see.
point any falcon fingers.
Well, I imagine cowardice has its uses, and forgive me, but I'd call that tactics.
Mm. Yes, I suppose you would. This is a nice spread you have here.
Thank you. I heard somewhere that you rather liked lobster.
Yes, anything where I can crack open something and get to the inside. That's the pleasure of it.
He gestures towards the little table that's in front of them. They're sitting on like two sort of elegant metal chairs that like just set in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
And he picks up the flour and he holds it very gently in his hand, but he doesn't go for the food. And he says, "Well, help yourself."
She begins to. I hope you don't bring up the fact that Falcon kicked my ass the other night. Do you?
I forgot that this was a game with leading questions, but
That's how Firebrands always goes. It's like, do you know that there are rules to this game? Do you know
There
that?
Are we not just
amazing.
role playing?
I'm not even on the right
Can we
one.
just play pretend?
Okay.
The best role playing games
Yes.
are what if just play pretend for a while?
Okay. I do not bring it up. Instead, I turn the conversation to business, kind of semi unwillingly.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I said before, the first time I had the delight of knowing, the people who dance with me tend to want something. Is there something?
She exhales and is like, well, I originally drew issue with the fact that the revolutionaries were found with Bantrayash guns, but the thing I am finding more issue with, I'm sorry, there's a dog somewhere in a distant. I knew I shouldn't have had this park next to the zoo. um, what I originally wanted was, to figure out if you were truly, or your people were, supporting the revolutionaries. But I feel like seeing you sharing drinks with them is pretty good confirmation, if that makes sense. So now, what I'm looking for is to know, are you with me, or are you my enemy?
Well, I hate to be so indecisive. I know it's rather off-putting. The drink was a personal whim. I thought I'd made not quite a friend. And I was curious about such an experience. The weapons, well, perhaps the Bantry shan't as well fund it, but there are lengths we need to take. Things are for sale.
People as well.
Indeed. And our allegiance is wavering as always, unless you intend to persuade it.
I'm feeling generous. What favor do you ask of me?
I ask. I think Precious is like. Precious kind of sighs heavily and like twirls the flower again and like leans his head back and looks up at the sky. This planet has rings, I think.
Oh yeah.
And like looks at the haze of the ring as it sort of arcs over them in the sky. And it's
it
like,
makes like a beautiful, like kind of like gold shine, like where most planets you see the stars, you see there's this beautiful.
Yeah,
In
just
this
this
one,
like, yeah,
all the
just a
stars are
glowing
together.
line.
It's so beautiful. It blots out the actual stars, so it's just like this kind of blue glow. That it's yes, ooh, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. And he stares at it for a bit and then he's like, could we perhaps speak of something else? It's not often that I get to spend time with new people. And it's rather too often that I find myself having to speak of tiresome issues.
Yes, quite. And she like I'm trying to think here how she would do this. She pauses, like I am for a while, and then like sighs and nods, somewhat unwillingly. Yes, yes. Let's I suppose then we can talk about. Did you catch the latest episode of Dead Falcon Show?
He laughs a little and he says, alas, I did not.
The musical guest was fantastic. It was.
Oh, yes?
Yes.
Who was it?
I'm glad you asked. There were these two wonderful robots by the name of Paft Dunk, and they were basketball
With
themed.
human masks on.
Where they had human masks on. Quite riveting, honestly. That sort of performance art is always shaking, and they also had wonderful guests.
Interesting.
Yes.
I do wish to be, well.
You know, they have multiple guests in one night. Mayhaps we will be on the same one.
Perhaps. I think it would be interesting. Most interesting.
Fate works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. I think when
Yeah.
he says that, it's not as arch as he was speaking before, but his face kind of lights up. And then he brings the conversation back to Puff Dunked. And
Yeah.
he says, I've had a rather specific upbringing, and I've never really had the chance to engage in such things as the more popular entertainments of the time. If
I'm sorry, my
well,
dog just accidentally hit her teeth against the scab of my leg where I fell this morning. Ow!
oh,
you
oh,
okay?
Riley,
Yeah,
Rest in peace, Riley.
I'm fine.
You sound super
Rip.
good and fine.
I just
sound
wanted to
fantastic.
explain why I was making those faces. Yes.
Oh, Riley.
Oh, you were never allowed to listen to Path to Dunked.
Well,
Oh my god.
Well, lucky
I'd
for you,
I'd heard of them, but I've always wanted to see them in person.
I can't make them here in person, but I did bring my Zune. I could play some here if you'd like to. And she extends her hand. Join me in a dance.
Shuffle.
Shall we? Do you think it's possible to switch scene types in the middle of a scene?
No!
No.
I
I
was
mean,
gonna
like,
say yes. I have my Crypt the Rules mug right here.
kiss if you want to kiss.
Yeah, listen.
I wanted to do a dance.
No.
I mean,
Oh
you
my
can
God.
dance in a
God.
scene. It doesn't need to be a dance.
Yeah, I think they
Because
dance in
also
the
the dance rules, I feel like, imply people there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we dance. I think it's like kind of it's less mannered and precise and political as the last dance was, and
Mhm.
it's like it's almost awkward, and he's still kind of relying on her for what moves to do, but not in such a calculated way, in a more genuine way this time.
Yeah.
Something gives you away to me. What?
I think as she's dancing and the beautiful sounds of Path Dunk's Finding is the name of the album. It's everyone's favorite.
Finding. Yes, I know it.
Um, it that kind of like
Softer versus slower, weaker.
she gets lost in that for a bit and like actually like kind of like loses her focus and drops her guard for a moment. And I think then is when like in the distance you can hear an explosion. And I think that hypothetically could be when the solitude
Yeah.
happened
Mm-hmm.
and the prison just went up
Yeah.
and her guard comes back up.
Precious does his looking up again with like interest, but not particular alarm.
Mm-hmm.
And like a hand lingers kind of on her forearm, but he sort of, after looking at the explosion far away, he looks to her. He doesn't say it out loud, but his expression kind of says, "Do you need to go?"
She nods and grabs his drink and finishes it. And is like, "It's been a pleasure." And she pulls up his hand and kisses his hand, and then like splits.
Yeah.
She after taking the
leave?
bucket of lobster as well.
Good. Good.
Of course.
The bucket of one alive lobster.
It's not even cooked.
It's not even cooked. It's just alive.
I know.
and she-
The fucking like shtick is that they cook it there, which is the most gruesome thing possible. Like,
Yeah, that is the thing that they do. But I think Precious just has it there as like it's like a prop. like how the flower was a prop, the alive lobster is also a prop.
mhm. That's
Precious
incredible.
like symbolism.
But doesn't quite understand. Oh god.
Yeah, Precious likes symbolism and also doesn't understand how cooking.
Precious, I think, is like should just be like in charge of community theater or something. Like
Precious is
Precious shouldn't be in
I have a
charge of
lot
like
of
part of a
thoughts.
war. Precious just wants to like lie in a field and look at guy. That's all he wants to do. Anyway, as she leaves, the flower is in his hand. End of scene.
Oh.
I love that. Andy.
Yeah, it's my scene.
Yeah.
Um.
Also, I got 30 minutes.
Oh, speed scenes,
great.
speed scenes.
Shit.
It's okay. It's okay.
I do listen.
The
I
other,
do really want to do.
Also, the other option is I keep streaming, I mute my mic, and I go to work and leave this running.
I think probably we should end soon. I have to eat
Yeah.
dinner.
It's been a long time. A
That's
little bit.
fair.
It's been very good.
It's been
And we
good.
should play other games in the future because this is good.
This is very
Good.
But
fun.
also, we have to go fast. Gotta go fast.
Yeah. I do. Okay, listen. I do really want to do the scene of like people on Falcon's show, but listen, Falcon's too smart to like invite the fucking cop that tried to kill them
But
onto their
would
show.
the cop book herself though?
You
I
can't
mean,
do that!
I talked to
don't.
producers.
You can't.
I talked to producers.
You to my producers of my show, they would talk to me too.
Everyone's
I'm
got
really
a
the whole
price.
interested in
thing.
the relationship between Indigo and Falcon though. I feel
Mhm.
like they kind of got closer, and also they still have that tension, which could be really interesting.
Yeah.
You did punch a lady for me.
Yeah, yeah. Also for
And
a
also
war,
she tried to
but
kill
for
you. Did you tell
Yeah.
did you tell him about that?
I know about that? Oh my god, I don't know.
You don't know about that.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
No.
Okay, I don't want to I don't want to exclude Beat from the scene, but I also do really want to do the scene with people on Falcon's show. So like maybe I want to do the scene of no, cuz okay, would Precious approach Falcon about being on their show?
No.
No.
Has Precious ever done a direct action in his life?
Just ever.
Yes.
Only
Yes.
for kissing.
No.
Oh my god. Then I don't, because I don't think Falcon wants to like go meet with Precious. I don't think that's something
Yeah.
they do.
Would you have if Precious were to come on your
Mhm.
scene, would it be an animated disagreement?
I don't know. Do we even like disagree on that much?
Well, I think because I think I'm a Bantrash and
Mhm.
I'm representing, at least even if I don't believe them, a very specific set of ideals. That is like the Bantrash should own this planet, the people who are revolutionaries should go back to their previous roles, the landowners should leave, and like, things like that. But,
Yeah.
and your character very much doesn't
No.
think that, but also his actual personal perspective on all of those things is really not that, or
Yeah.
very
Falcon's
mutable.
a little
He's the
bit
worst.
like
He's the worst.
he's the worst. He's kind of like a centrist who calls
Yeah.
himself like
God.
a socialist or whatever.
The woke
Like
neck.
God, yeah, Falcon's kind of the worst. But they're at least fun to play. I think, oh man, it would be really cool if. So we've already kind of established the Falcon show is a little bit of like a talk show, like it's not like a Saturday Night Live ass show, but it's like a 60 minutes like kind of interview show, but also not.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
semi-serious.
Yeah, it's like a casual interview show. It's a talk show. I can see, but I don't see like all of you being in the same room at once.
Mhm.
So like, if
no, I would start
they-
I would hit people.
yeah,
Okay.
you would. I can see
Yeah.
I can see it being like a just straight up like 3 separate interviews. But one, we don't have time for that. And 2, I don't know what that is on this list of games.
That's a
Um,
very good
I think
option.
I think the most interesting scene to you here, what interesting relationship to you here, and what do you think will take 20 minutes to play?
Yeah. Because I do really want Beat to kiss someone. That's the thing.
Yeah. And I think the
That's
person
the
that Beat
thing
is
here.
most likely to kiss is probably Falcon, but Beat, sorry. Sorry, I forget people's names all the time. I think
No, you're
Indigo
valid.
and Falcon are most likely to kiss in my estimation.
Indigo will kiss anyone except for Indigo would kiss Beat as a distraction to stab.
Yeah.
think-
And look, if you want to play that out, I'll do it.
Which is fun because I think Beat would kiss Falcon and then stab them, or honestly, same time.
Yeah, they both stab each other and also are kissing. Amazing.
Rose petals are in the air. Dearly beloved place.
Oh my god.
It's both romance with a lowercase r and a capital R. It's romantic.
Just give Pete a mirror.
Jesus Christ.
The other option is we end it right here.
No,
No.
sorry, I didn't yell.
I'm just saying. That is another option.
God, I really want to do an interview, and I don't know who. That's my only issue.
Honestly, what if we roll?
Do you want to do this next Friday and maybe do it from there?
Hold on. Next Friday, I don't think I can. I think next
I
Friday.
don't know if I
Next
can.
Friday, yeah. The next 2 Fridays in August, I am booked.
Okay.
Next Friday, I have nothing, but that doesn't change anything for.
Yeah.
Since you're new
Well,
Friday.
hold up. I didn't notice that the 31st is still technically a Friday.
Oh.
I don't know about the 31st. I have school starting soon, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
weird.
I
and
think-
sad.
Same.
I think
Yeah.
Or we could just paint in broad strokes. Fuck the actual.
We could paint
Yeah.
in broad strokes.
Say what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could say what happens or we could end. I'm happy with this end, but I think it would be good for Andy to get the scene.
I agree.
The scene
Yeah.
that yeah.
Yeah.
Get a good Falcon scene in, and then just kind of figure out what happens from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you go back to the bar?
Because what I want to do is I want to play Stealing Time together. I'm just trying to figure out who.
Oh,
Here's
fun.
I'll give you something.
Mhm.
Indigo kind of super wants to go murder a little bit. You could come find them and like, in the guise of attempting to talk them out of it, or be like, hey, we
Mhm.
have to like organize and plan, like we've been arguing about at the start.
Mhm.
There is distracting to be done there.
That's fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
And that leaves us in a good narrative place if we end
Yeah.
up with that.
Then I think it's that scene because I do like that a lot. So yeah,
I gotta find
I
the
think
page.
Hmm?
Where's the kissing page?
the kissing page. It's on page 25 or 24.
You got the doc open. Like that's the whole thing.
Oh my god.
The whole document is all kissing pages here.
Everything's a kissing page. Okay, found it.
100% kissing pages.
all the pages are kissing pages.
Excuse me, this
Okay.
one says meeting sword to sword. Yeah, kissing page. That's what I said.
I said. Okay. I think I notice about you is that you're probably. I mean, what you notice about me is that I am. I think I'm hard to read for once. You can
Yeah.
read me pretty easily. It's hard to read for once. Because I think I'm also having a hard time reading myself.
I think that what you notice about Indigo is that they've been nervous lately, and now they are ready to fucking do this.
Yeah.
And I think you probably find them in the secret, gun warehouse attached to the bar. What kind of building is this?
It's a fucking building. I don't know.
But probably just like staring up at like big scary gun mech that was super stolen from, I don't know, someone. I haven't decided. I stole it from someone. Doesn't matter who. It's mine now.
Okay. I mean, I walk in. Do you speak first? Like right as I walk in? Because I think I have an opening line, but I think
I
you
don't have an opening line, so hit me. It's just
okay.
We converse naturally, and then whenever this one is just like, hey, you wanna role play?
It's
Hey, I heard you kids like role playing.
I walk in and I see that you're like ready to go. And do you like look at me when I enter, or do you just like keep looking at this mech?
Probably keep looking at this mech. I'm feeling angst.
Yeah. Feeling very anime.
Yeah.
I walk in with like my hands behind my back, like in like a very like poised. And I say, did you know that Beat tried to kill me? Just straight up, like no fucking.
When?
As soon as I left. I think that they're like you look at them and they're like a little proud.
Yeah, right?
Like, yeah they're like,
out.
First of all, tried to.
I ain't no figurehead.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry I got you into this shit. You didn't need to. You don't need to clean up my messes.
They laugh and they say, you know, that's very self-centered of you to think that I'm doing this all for you.
I didn't mean that, Falcon.
They're joking a little bit.
I know, and Indigo's not getting it.
Yeah, they're teasing you. But you know, it's you're being angsty anime.
Yeah.
And I shake my head and I say, well, for the record, I'm not doing it all for you, but even if I was, it wouldn't be a problem for me. It wouldn't be something you need to apologize for.
Hang on, almost killed you? You gotta tell me about this.
That's their response. They just like grin.
Yes. Yeah.
They're like, okay. They're like, you know, she's very rude. Didn't even give me a fighting chance. If she thought that I couldn't fight at all, she would have given me a weapon of any kind. You know, I have to think that she didn't underestimate me, which I'm surprised by.
Too many people underestimate you. I'm glad at least one didn't. She's the worst. She didn't even tell me her name.
I don't know her name either. And I learn everybody's names. What is her name?
I don't think we're ever gonna know.
I doubt it.
And they look back up at the mech and are like, I've got some big plans tonight. But do you wanna, sit, talk for a little bit?
I think that they don't say yes, but they obviously indicate yes. Like wherever is the most convenient, obvious place to sit, they go take a seat. Like,
where do you sit? On a crate of guns? Like what?
I don't know. What is I don't know. I was more asking you, like, what is
I
the
don't know. I guess there's like, I don't know, there's probably a chair somewhere.
Yeah.
What kind of place doesn't have a chair?
Yeah, it's the back room of a bar too. Like you got to keep your extra
Yeah.
supplies somewhere. Yeah.
I got extra stools. It's fine.
You got
Yeah.
half a table.
I do have. You
Mhm.
know what? That might be the place to sit.
we sit
That
down
kind of
on
furniture.
on chairs at half of a table. That's not even standing. It's just like leaning down.
No, yeah, it's just half a table.
Yeah.
As you do.
Mhm. So you go to sit down, and I like I think you're sitting like closer to me than you would be at like a table. Like these chairs are just like seated
It's only
next
half
to each
a
other.
table.
Yeah, well, because it's only half a table. But also because I think the chairs are just like haphazard. Like you just pull
Yeah.
the chair over and
Yeah.
sit next to me. And I like place my hand on your arm. Not in like a super flirty way, but in a way that could be flirty or could be polite.
Mm-hmm.
May I?
Yeah. Yeah. There's real answers for that. No, you may is the only answer that's really here.
Yeah.
And I think Indigo just like looks at you and they're like, you're probably right about, most of this. And the people like you. And I don't know. I'm glad you got back in touch.
I'm glad for the company.
Problem is that these two are just both super cute.
Yeah.
They're both
Neither of
awesome.
them are like great at talking to people.
That means one of you
Cute.
just gotta go for it.
That's what I'm thinking. Is that I think probably just like I kiss you, may I?
You may.
And I think that's probably just the end of this, right?
Yeah.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
One
It only
kiss.
took 3 hours.
Did one kiss.
Someone kiss. It's all that
Nailed it.
matters.
That's all that matters. Should we do the closing speech and then?
Oh yeah, there's a closing speech. Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I got it. Hold on, I kept it up still. Also, yeah, the caravan's out at that bar, and then the bar lights on fire.
Oh god, we're still in it also.
Oh god. There's
Yeah, that's a good
something-
place. Honestly, if it ends there, that's okay.
Episode-
Yeah.
Okay.
Aren't there rules about ending this game?
Probably.
Probably.
I've only played it
To
till
end-
everyone is dead or kissed. Like that's how
Ending
Firebrands work.
play.
To end play, go around the table one last time. On your turn, bring up any questions you have about the fate. Say what you think the possible outcomes would be. The other players can contribute possible outcomes as well. And then you vote. And then the game's over.
I really like the ambiguity of
Yeah.
not being like.
yeah,
this is how
I
it
don't
turns
want.
out.
I don't think I want to know.
Same.
Yeah.
And
I want
this
to
isn't
just
like
leave it.
this isn't an end to a war either.
Mhm.
Like
No.
these are just 4 people that are caught up in this like
Yeah.
Mm.
not a war.
We only
Um,
had one mech.
And
I
yeah,
know,
none of
and I
us
came
ever
up with
like
such a
actually.
good mech. I made
Yeah,
a
it was a
Pinterest
really good
board.
match.
We failed. We failed at mechs.
It's
But we
fine.
didn't fail at kissing.
That's the
Yeah.
That's
important
true.
stuff. We got half of it down.
Mhm.
All right. This has been a non-binary TTRPG month stream. You can find out when other streams like this are happening at non-binary TTRPG GM on Twitter. I'm Riley Hopkins. You can find me at Rev Rybread on Twitter. That's Rev like Reverend, Rybread like Rybread. You can also type bit.ly/interstitial Kickstarter, capital I, capital K,
Yes.
and you'll see that good
Yes.
game that I've got kickstarted. We reached the final stretch goal. We're riding to
Woo!
Monday. Everything is Gucci.
Wait.
I have been
I'm going to
joined.
that website right now.
Ooh, bless your soul.
Nice.
You got $11,000?
Fucking right,
Oh
bro!
my god.
Wild! Congratulations!
I'm so happy, and we were able to like hit the goal where we get to give all the contractors bonuses, which is dope.
Oh, that's
Listen,
amazing.
Interstitial is
So
a good
great.
fucking game.
Y'all, I have been joined by M.
Hi, I'm that. I'm Em. I am not doing anything super exciting like a big game kick, but you can find me on Twitter or on Tumblr at Risky Standard. And my life as a engineering student.
I've been joined by Frizz.
Hi, I'm Frizz. You can find me on Twitter at Frizzloid. I'm also doing commissions at the moment. You can find my work at Frizzloid, and you can also find my work at raycarterillustration.co.uk.
And then I have also been joined by Andy.
You're gesturing over here, but according to Discord, I'm like down there to you.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at the camera. Like, it's all set up on my screen. Don't you worry.
Yeah, yep. I'm Andy, and you can find me on Twitter or whatever at Coca-Cola Garlic. And I think we're all gonna be playing more games this month, right?
Yeah,
Probably. I
I think
gotta find
so.
it.
I have 2 more this weekend.
I gotta find
I don't
it.
have anything
Time to plug
planned, but I'm
myself.
trying. I'm trying to get into Dungeon World.
I know I'm playing Beam Saber coming up. We have 2 sessions
Ooh.
planned. The 15th and the 26th, or the 23rd, I don't remember which one.
Oh, and I think I'm supposed to get in on some spindle wheel.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, rad.
Ah,
Okay.
yes. I'm also playing other things all the time.
Mhm.
Same.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, we
DM
have-
me when we'll play games.
The 15th and the 26th, and on the 19th, I'm playing Kingdom. I'm
yeah.
hoping to be
Oh,
part of
yes.
more streams.
Yeah.
I
I'm
have got
playing,
to-
oh, yeah?
I've got to split to work. I have 7
You have to
minutes.
go. Okay.
Free.
Yes, please
Okay,
go.
we did the whole game.
Bye.
Go to
You're
work.
so good. Thank you
Good
for
work.
facilitating and
It's been a pleasure. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for playing.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
watching.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Boy.
Stop.